All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakatah, Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Don't climb on in, family. Climb on in. Let me see y'all. Let me check, make sure everything good. Let me see. Make sure everything all right, everything 100. Where we at? Hold on, family. Give me 1 second here. All right, climb on in this deal. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, family. Hold on, family. Give me 1 second here. Sis Earth, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, sis.
Aviyah, Shabbat shalom, queen. What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Hey, so look, I know y'all see what we got on this board today. We're finna talk about something. I call this one the fallen ones corrupting the image of Elohim. The fallen ones corrupting the image of Elohim. I know y'all all on here like, oh, what y'all keep finna go into today? We finna talk about, a lot of people want to call it conspiracy dogma, but we here to prove that this ain't a conspiracy today. We're gonna show a lot of stuff. We're gonna show a lot of pictures, and we're gonna pull up a lot of articles, and we're gonna go through some scriptures and show y'all where we at in these end times and exactly what's going on. Mm-hmm. So this is gonna be a deep lesson. It's so much information that I gotta cover. I know for a fact that we're not gonna be able to get all this done within with one lesson, but I'm gonna try my hardest to get most of it done today. But I don't like to hold y'all past 2 hours and 30 minutes at the most. I think that's too long for me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how our attention spans is.
That word can go all day though.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, bro.
It can. Shabbat shalom, family. Let me get y'all some shout outs. J.A. Judah, Shalom, Shalom, Seraphina, Shalom, Shalom. Let me show y'all what Sister Seraphina got me, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, that's dope. Praise.
Queen, my big sister Seraphina sent me this, y'all, as a gift, man. And this is just so beautiful, y'all. It's a mini Ark of the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? So all praises to y'all by Shem Mashiach, y'all shot for that.
Right.
Appreciate you, sis. You always there for us. You making our video quality better. Everything that you ever donate to us go towards the ministry, and we really do appreciate you. So
that's right.
All praise for that. You a true sister indeed. But yeah, check out what I got. All praises. Who else we got up in this deal? We got BTS Records, Shalom, Shalom, D'Angelo, my brother. We got we got everybody up in this deal. So look, we finna go over the fallen ones corrupting the image of Yod Hey Wahe, corrupting the image of Elohim. So everybody know the fallen ones as the fallen angels, but a lot of people get the fallen angels misconstrued with actual demons and giants.
That's right.
And a lot of people think giants was only 35 feet and 13 feet. No, it was giants 450 feet. It was giants big as hell. And a lot of people don't know that the spirits from these giants is the reason why you sin in the day. And we're going to smack it and roll it up in the prophecy and show y'all what's coming in the end time, showing y'all CERN machine, HARP, this weather program, and how they trying to do this global warming through these weaponizing the weather to basically melt certain parts of Antarctica plains to let these fallen angels free. And it's all through your TV series, it's all through the radio frequencies, it's all through things you see through advertisement. Like we're literally being hacked into, we're being biohacked by demons, and they're trying to manifest through us. And this rolls you up into the image and the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to cover. I'm gonna take my time though, because I know a lot of this is gonna miss a lot of people, but I'm glad we recorded it. That way y'all can go back and search and research for yourselves. And you know what I'm saying? Look, the scripture validate everything that's going on, family. Everything. Shalom, shalom. I'm gonna let a few more people climb in and we're gonna go and get started. What y'all been up to? How was y'all week? What y'all been on? Brooke Simone, shalom. Shalom, fam. Thanks for the website. Yeah. All praises, all praises. And then for those that want to keep Passover with us on April the 19th, that's a day before my son's birthday, look inside the description bar. I put where the ticket's at. I put all the information where we gonna be at and all of that. So anybody that want to keep Passover, I know a lot of y'all be hitting me up and asking where we holding Passover at this year. We already got the building. got everything. We working on the food and stuff now.
Praise.
So get y'all tickets, and you know what I'm saying?
Wait, boy.
Beat us there. Woo. Beat us there.
I need this Passover.
Again, that's in my description bar. And all praises for the brother that just donated. You know what I'm saying? May the Most High continue to bless you in your hands. Solomon McFadden. Shalom, shalom, family. So look, I'm gonna wait like another minute. We're gonna get this started. So yeah, man. I don't know. I just been on a lot of researching lately about the government systems and the hierarchies, man. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we always want to stop at the politician level. You know what I'm saying? Or the civil level. Talk about people that got demons and that are demonically possessed. And then there's some people that go a little deeper and talk about the politicians. But this is a big pyramid here. You go through the citizens to the politicians to the presidents, from the presidents to the military on up to the elite on up to you call the 12 royal bloodlines, which is the Rothschilds. And then they go behind them to some reptilians. Then they go behind them to the to Satan, which is the wicked of them all. So like scripture speaks about this stuff. All the things that we think are taboo is actually in scripture, especially when you get in that book of Enoch. So we finna get it in.
Right. We
finna most definitely get it in. So I want to start this off. We got enough people in here. I want to start this off in the book of Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. I'm gonna flip the screen for y'all. Let me know. Type in some 9s if y'all can hear me real good and y'all can see me good. And we'll get this started. Make sure y'all can hear and see me. Y'all can hear and see me well. Type in some 9s and we're gonna go and get this started. We all good?
Sure.
All right, let's go and get it in then. Let's get it.
Ephesians chapter 2.
Hold on. Let me share the screen with them and all of that. All right. We got a couple YouTube videos I want y'all to view too. All right. One second, family. All right, Ephesians chapter 2. Let me know if y'all can see my screen and we're going to get this started. Type in some 9s. If everything all good, and let's get this lesson started. Remember, it's called The Fallen Ones Corrupting the Image of Elohim. We all good, family? When we get this cracking, let me know. Let me know. All right, we all good. Let's get it. Yep, let's get it done.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins.
See that? So it says that Hamashiach Yahushua have quickened us. If you look up this word quicken, it means to make alive. It says who were dead in trespasses and sins. So we was dead because, you know, the wages of sin is death. So we was dead in trespasses and sins, but the Most High renewed us, reborn us, washed us with his living water and the Holy Spirit. Now he have quickened us, meaning we alive, we are new creatures. The reason why I want to hit on this word creature is because we're going to get into the nature of things today, because once you start corrupting the image of God, you start corrupting his nature. So when God said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness, that's how he created Adam and Hawa, or who you call Adam and Eve. Well, once they fell from the garden and Eve had sex with Satan or Shaitan or Hashatan, what happened was that bloodline and that seed was corrupted spiritually. Now, if y'all know me, I'm always speaking about metaphysical DNA. So y'all should know exactly what I mean and what I'm talking about here. So we're not made in the image of God anymore. We have been made in the image of Seth. And we did a whole entire lesson on this, y'all. If y'all go back through our Honor Humility page, it's called In His Blood, In His Image, and In His Likeness. And we went through scriptures to show that we're trying to get back to the image of God.
That's right.
Come on, King.
Verse 2. Wherein in time past ye walk according to the course of this world.
You see that? So in time past, before we became new creatures, we used to walk accordingly to the course of this world. Well, we know the lust of the world and the lust of the flesh and the earth was given over into the hand of the wicked. So we was walking in wickedness. You see that? According to this world. Well, as far as I can remember, if you read Matthew 2 and read Matthew 4 and keep going and so on and so forth, you see that even Hashatan, Satan himself, offered Jesus Christ, who y'all call Jesus Christ, which his name is Mashiach Yahushua, he offered him the kingdoms of what? The world. So who actually owns this world right now? Now, who have this world been lended to? It's been lended to Hashatan.
Right.
All right. Now, the reason why I'm getting into this is because remember last session we had, I was talking about that your faith and your belief and what God you believe in actually changes what? Your biochemistry, actually changes the chemical structures inside of your DNA. All right. So we finna get into this because this has been going on since the days of Noah. They come in and then these fallen angels changes our image to match them. So when you start getting into us making idols and worshiping other gods, they might give you many names, but it's these same 12 rulers that come, or they call them the 12 kings. If you get into the study of black magic or whatever, they call them the 12 fallen kings, the 12 sons of Satan. So notice everything got these 12 tribes. Esau got 12 tribes. Ishmael got 12 tribes. Israel got 12 tribes. And it's even going a hierarchy of angelical celestial beings, y'all. And once we get deep into this, you really finna understand what Melchizedek is, because it's straight a higher rank cosmetic order. For real. And it's deep. Come on, King. Start that over.
Verse 2 again. Wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world. According to the prince of the power.
You see that? According to the prince of the power of what?
Of the air.
Of the air. Now we know that this prince is actually called what? Satan, Hashatan. Right. Right. His power is in the air. Yes, his kingdom is still in the air, y'all. See, y'all getting Satan mixed up for the fallen angels, Azazel and them. And we finna get deep into this for y'all can understand this demonic hierarchy and y'all know exactly how to beat it. You know what I'm saying? Because look, this go deep, y'all. This go deep into the bloodlines. This go deep into social media. This go deep into everything you do. And everything is made for us to worship these fallen angels, which is basically giving all of our power over to they general and they master, which is Satan. So we have to keep a mind out for that. Everything you do, make sure that you're thinking before you're doing, because you could be serving another God and not even know it. And this is how this system is built.
That's right.
Read that 2 again, and then we're gonna look up these words.
All right, verse 2 again. Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Ooh.
The spirit that now
the spirit that what?
That now worketh in the children of disobedience.
So whatever this prince of the power of the air is, that spirit worketh in the children of disobedience, the children that disobey God's commandments and his law. So we know whatever this prince of the power of the airway is, it's not a good thing at all, right? We could agree on that, right? Now let's look up these words, because we finna start getting into other words that link up to other ancient texts that's outside of the Bible, but speaking the same exact things that the scriptures speak about. And this is where this Melchizedek stuff come in. Now check this out. So walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince. I'm gonna play it out for y'all. Let me turn my thing all the way up for y'all. Give me 1 second. All right.
Strong's G 758. Archon. Archon.
So this is where the word Archon come from. You have something called the Gnostic Gospels. They back in the day they found these things that washed up on sea, and it was big old bottles full of scrolls in them, and it came from the Gnostics. They called it the Nag Hammadi scriptures, and these Nag Hammadi scriptures was in the Alexandria library in Egypt. Well, when the Romans came and brought that down, guess what they did with all these scriptures? They destroyed all these scriptures because it lined up with the biblical text so much, and only one that was saved was these Nag Hammadi scriptures. Well, when you get into the Nag Hammadi scriptures, tell me why it talks about this same thing that we're looking up now, these hierarchies or these powers called the Archons. Notice the name, Archons. Notice the name of angels, archangels. Notice the name of the Ark of the Covenant. Once you start getting into these things, you start realizing that all these things connect. So you see these different religions, they all ain't doing nothing but biting off the Bible, and some don't even know they biting. They've been taught this certain type of science or this certain type of spirituality their whole life, don't even know they speaking the very words that's in your Bible. That's now look up this word Archon though, y'all, because it's finna get deep.
Bring it out.
All right, so when you look up the word Archon, it is the Greek concordance G758, Archon. It says a ruler, a commander, a chief, a leader,
Mm.
a ruler, a commander, a chief, a leader. So now we see that this prince of the power of the air, that now is the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience, which is this bad spirit that's in the air, that's not even on earth, that's in the air. He's a ruler, a commander, a chief, a leader. Well, in order to rule, you must have subjects to rule and be dominant over. In order to be a commander, you must have people that are following your commands. In order to be a chief, you must have lesser deities to you than to rule over them. In order to be a leader, that means you're leading people to a certain place, y'all. You see that? They mean you're leading people to a certain place. So my only question is, before we really get into this lesson, who the hell is he ruling? Who is he commanding? What is he the chief over? And where the hell he leading these people?
That's right.
That's the question. That's the question. Natasha Archie, shalom, shalom, Shabbat, shalom, queen. Thank you for your offering. Thank you for your offering. Now, let's get into this. So if you get into the Strongs, it's finna get deep, y'all. Let's get into the Strongs. All right. When you get into the Strongs, it talks about this. It says a ruler, a commander, a chief, a leader. Used of Jesus, because he was the same thing in Revelations. But when you get down to it, it says those who present age. It says by nobility of birth, learning, and wisdom, power, authority. It says wield the greatest influence, whether among the Jews or the Gentiles. So we see what this person is. This person literally have his own flock, his own army, something he's over. So where's his army at?
Let's find out.
Why do you have these negative thoughts you have? Why do you go out and you know you're not supposed to be doing wrong, but you still doing wrong? Right. Why could you be in the middle of your prayer and say some condemnable things? Why could you be praying and thinking about sex or thinking about things that's not even supposed to be on your mind? Why can't you even focus to pray? What is this that's making you so hungry and make you give up when you in the middle of your fast? What is this thing? What is this spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience? What is the spirit that have come amongst Israel? That's what we want to talk about here. That's what we want to talk about, because that's not you. You are awareness. Remember, you are not your body. It's something influencing you. And you have become so programmed to this matrix and so weak, you have bought into the belief that you are your body, that your body is being controlled by these archons. Your body is flesh. We know what the works of the flesh is. Genesis 5. Let's read them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's something way beyond this, y'all. And we finna talk about it. Now, y'all know I don't know how to work this thing just yet, so I might have to go all the way back. That's cool, though. Let me go back to it. So I'm going back to Ephesians chapter 2.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. Start that one again and read it on through.
All right. Chapter 2, verse 1, book of Ephesians. And you have he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sin, where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the earth, and the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Come on out.
Verse 3, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh.
You see that? So it says whoever that was a part of this was a part of what? The lust of the flesh. Come on.
Fulfilling the desires of the flesh and in the mind.
You see that? Fulfilling desires of the flesh and of the mind. Okay? You are a spiritual being that's projecting through a fleshly body. You're supposed to be thinking spiritual. Well, your flesh get a hold of your spirit is by the way of electrical signals. It's literally you're projecting through a body, and these archons have figured out a way to project through you to actually have you do their dirty deeds so they can fulfill their lustful needs. Once we get to where these spirits come from, we see that they're disembodied spirits. Right. Disembodied spirits need a body to actually experience reality. So if they want to go and get they little rocks off, if they want to go and have ejaculation and have sex, they want to go and gamble all their money away, they want to go and kill and murder and steal, they need a body to do it in. Well, guess what bodies they using? Guess what vehicles and cars they using to do their dirty deeds in? You Negroes. The children of disobedience, who belong to the Most High, by the way, if we haven't forgotten. Come on.
And were by nature the children of wrath.
You see that in were by what?
Nature.
Remember that, go that word nature again. Remember, everything is about nature, about being a creature, because our nature is changing. The reason why our nature is changing is because we're listening to the wrong hierarchy. Right. We're listening to the wrong hierarchy. We're being governed and ruled by somebody that we don't even know, because you don't do no studying up about it. You don't like to hear the bad parts of the Bible. You don't want to hear about the spookism. You don't want to hear about the spooky stuff. The monsters, the reptilians, the sea creatures, the kraken. You don't want to know about that. The truth. They actually got you thinking that this is just make-believe. You thinking that these things are made up. You thinking that there really isn't a monster in the closet and all of that. They have made this folklore to you. What's crazy, if you go to any other religion in the ancient Eastern worlds, they really believe in this stuff. Why don't you? Because you have been mind hacked. See, look, the devil said this in that Lucifer show. He said, my greatest power is for me to have you thinking that I don't truly exist. That's how I get you. I get you by making you believe that I don't truly exist. Huh? You see that? How I get you, how I mind fuck you, is by making you believe that I am invisible. I don't even exist. That's how he getting us. Been bamboozled. That's right, Dread Chapman.
It's not science fiction.
Not at all. And we finna get into it. But look, we finna get into the documents, y'all. We finna get into Project Blue Beam. We gonna get into Operation Paperclip, Operation Highjump. We finna get into Antarctica and why can't nobody set up a business there, have a real estate there. You're not even welcome there on that base no more. We gonna get into Admiral Byrd. We finna get into the Nazis. We finna get into all of that today. I got all the pictures, all the paperwork, all of that. I'm finna show y'all something that's finna blow y'all mind. And we finna get into the shape of the earth. And the reason why is because the shape of the earth is very important while talking about these things. All of these things are bringing on the end of days. All of these things are coming into the trouble of Jacob. All of these things. Right. Why all of a sudden this big flat earth thing just all of a sudden just kicked off so hard like that? Huh? Facebook just kicked off so hard like that. YouTube just kicked off. Look, what are they set? They setting the stage for something, y'all. And we so caught up in the dogma, and we so caught up in the highlights that we missing the dark shadows and the puppet masters that's moving the strings behind us.
That's right.
Let's get it.
Verse 4. But God, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us. Come on. Verse 5. Even when we were dead in sins, has he quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace you are saved.
By grace we're saved. And we're going to see why grace we're saved, because we ain't saved by anything else, boy. Like, we literally have gave our souls to the fallen one and don't even realize it, man. It's time to wake up, and it's time to get back on track. It's time to become them light beings that we were created to be and wage war against the prince of darkness and his fallen angels and his armies. He have a whole legislation, y'all. This Negro got secretaries and all types of stuff once we get deep into this. This nigga done really set up a hierarchy, and you doubt his powers. And that's why he always win, because you doubt him. Huh? Did God never say doubt Satan? He said that he's stronger than Satan. Christ said he's stronger. Everything is in subjection to him, whether it's principalities, whether it's dominions. Yes, y'all know Colossians. Colossians, what's that? Colossians 1:16?
I think so.
When you get into that, so we see that Christ Hamashiach have power over Satan, but he never told you to doubt Satan. He's an angel, a fallen angel.
Right.
He fell from his majesty. He didn't fall from his powers. He fell from his glory. We got to keep that in mind here.
Right.
Because that's why we still out here sinning, and we like, oh man, I just can't stop sinning. Why this flesh got a hold on me? Huh? Why you think the flesh got a hold on you so much? Because you're not recognizing the powers that be, and you're not recognizing who you really in subjection to. That's and until you choose to look in that mirror and see that, you will never change. You will never change.
Never.
All right, we're gonna stop there right there. Let's get Ephesians 6. This just quick warm-ups until we get to the lesson. After this, we're gonna go and get the lesson. I just need y'all to understand what Archon is. Again, every time I get to do a lesson like this, I go over this for y'all can understand what Archon actually is. And then, man, we finna get into stuff. Started verse 10, Aki. Ephesians 6, we're gonna start at 10.
Ephesians 6.
Type in y'all nines once y'all get there. Remember, this is called the fallen ones corrupting the image of Elohim. Notice I didn't say Yod Hey Wahe, because when Yod Hey Wahe talked to Christ and the other angels, he said, let us create man in our image.
That's right.
So that's where Elohim came into play at. That's plural for everyone.
That's right.
And yes, we know where these fallen angels at, y'all.
Yep.
We can prove it with scriptures where these fallen angels are at. And once y'all realize this and how the plot to get them out, hey man, it's diabolical, y'all. It is some wicked ish going on this earth, boy. Deeper than your mind can even, so dark your mind can't even fathom. Seriously.
Right.
Seriously.
We're so distracted.
That's why we so distracted, because boy, you worried about the football game and who's winning who and who Cardi B humping on and all this. And behind the scenes, boy, it is some things going on that if you've seen with your own naked eye, it'll stop your heart from beating. It'll stop your heart from beating. Yeah, we're gonna get into that Enoch. The Abyss, yes. Hey, look, they already know where we going with it. They already know where we going with it. J. Judah, they're shifting the magnetic poles. Yes, they are. We getting into that too. Let's get into it. Y'all know exactly where we going, so let's get into it. All right, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10.
Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Look, he said, finally, my brother. So meaning finally, he must have said a whole lot of stuff to bring him up to this conclusion. With all this being said, be strong in the Lord in the power of his might. Why is he telling us to have strength? Because we obviously finna need it in these days. We obviously finna need it in these days. Come on.
Put on a whole armor of God.
Put on the half armor of God.
Whole armor.
See that? He said put on the whole armor. Don't come out here half cocked.
Right.
Whole armor. Because the thing about Satan, he like to sniff people like wheat. He'll sift you like wheat. So if he see any opening in your armor, he's penetrating. That's how these Archons work on your mind, because they need bodies to fulfill their needs.
That's right. And
they needs is nothing righteousness at all.
That's right.
Come on.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
See that you may be able to stand against the trickery of the deceiver. Come on.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
You see that? Our fight is not against flesh and blood. Flesh and blood is what I can pull on right now. This is in this physical existence, this physical plane that really don't exist anyway. But hey, that's another topic. But this is in this illusion we call reality, which is nothing but a holographic matrix, y'all. It says our fight is not even in here. Our fight is not in the physical, because we don't come from the physical. Come on.
But against principalities.
But against what?
Principalities. Against powers.
There go that word again. Powers.
Right. Against the rulers of darkness.
Against the rulers of darkness. Remember, when you look at the word archon or prince, what that must say? Archon, it says commander, chief, leader, powers, rulers of darkness. So yes, there is rulers of darkness, y'all. There is a hierarchy of demons and of fallen angels that still exist and are very live today in or present. You just can't see them because they're on a different lightweight spectrum than you. They're out of your frequency bandwidth. Just like with the internet. If you on 1G, you ain't got the passcode to get in 2G, guess what? Your ass ain't getting on 2G or 5G. It's period. Same way the spiritual and the physical realm work. Just because you're not matching the frequency and you can't see them, that don't mean that they're not there. Right. That don't mean that they're not there. You can't see the internet, but you see the manifestation of it because you here seeing me sharing the screen and me teaching this class. Do y'all see the frequency? No, but y'all have matched my frequency. Now we're all on the same YouTube channel. That's how spirit work. That's how spirit work, y'all. Yes, we talking about CERN too. CERN is coming up next. We got all of this inside of this presentation today, y'all. It's finna get good. All right, so look, let's look up these words. Read 12 again, and then we're going to look up these words, and then we're going to actually get into this lesson, which is the fallen ones corrupting the image of Elohim.
Verse 12 again. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Of what?
Of this world.
So of this world, meaning there are many other worlds, right? Why would it distinguish a world? Because there's many other worlds. And once we get into the shape of Earth, y'all finna see that. We're going to go into the spectrum and magnetic rings of Earth. We're going to show that it's not either flat nor is a globe. It's an infinite plane. And Enoch speaks about this so much.
That's right.
Enoch, that's all Enoch was talking about. Come on, let's talk.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
In high places. Come on. So we see again, He said first, if you read Ephesians 2:2, it says that against the prince of the air. Now he's talking about the same prince and principalities. He called it spiritual wickedness, the rulers of darkness. And it says in what? High places. Where is these high places at? Yes, it's above the firmament, y'all. Right. It's above the firmament. See, y'all look, when Satan fell to the earth, it's talking about his hierarchy. He just fell down a couple levels in heaven. That's why it's so hard for your prayers to reach Yod Hey Wah by the way of a Mashiach Yahushua, because you literally got to penetrate your thoughts and your manifestations through these firmaments. And guess who's at the first one? Not Rakia, but the other one. It's Satan in his kingdom. So you got to get them all the way through Satan's kingdom just to get them to Christ, to get it to God. That's why you say pray without ceasing. That's right. You got to shoot so many bullets at the same target at least and hope one make it through.
That's right.
Straight up.
How long was Daniel praying?
Man, you hear me? Exactly. Come on, let's get it.
We got 13.
Let me look these words up for him real quick. All right, we're gonna look a few of these words up, and then we're gonna get this started. Let me zoom out. Zoom out. All right. So principalities. Let's look up principalities first. I'm gonna let y'all listen to it.
Strong's G 746. Arche. Arche.
Arche comes from the root word archon. So it's the same exact word. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. What it means. Arche. It says the beginning origin. The first thing, y'all. It says a person or thing that commences. The first person or thing in a series. The leader. You see that? The leader. The first place. Principality, ruler, magistrate. Of what? Angels and demons. Of angels and demons. This is what we're talking about. So our war is not against flesh and blood, but it's against angels and demons, y'all. Now let's go to the strong. Arche comes from the word arche, from the Greek concordance G5-6, which is archon, and it says an abstract, a consummate. It says or concretely chief, a chief ruler, y'all, in order of time, place, or rank, the beginning corner, the first estate, magistrate, power, principality, principle, rule. So we dealing with a chief, a demonic chief, y'all. And look, this fight ain't flesh and blood. So we finna go deep into this manipulation and see how they killing us with frequencies, with radio frequencies, with 5G, radiation. GMO foods, yes, radiation. Everything they do is to corrupt your nature. They want to corrupt your image and keep you from getting back to Yod Hey Wah, keep you from getting back to Elohim. That's the whole point of this whole thing, is to keep you corrupted. To keep you corrupted. It says, them fallen ones been at work, tricking and manipulating everything. The war is real. The fallen base they found, boy. We about to see some things, y'all. Yes, we are. Right. We gonna talk about these things, man. It gets deeper and deeper, and I got a couple books I'm gonna show y'all that I need y'all to buy immediately and start reading up on this stuff. It is mind-blowing, y'all. It is mind-blowing. All right, we're gonna stop there right here. Let's go and get into this lesson. I want to go into Matthew 24. I just needed to show y'all that, to show y'all what an archon is. That way, when we get deeper into this lesson, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. Archons, archaeologists, ark builders, masons. Yes, y'all giving it up, though. Don't give up all the Jews right now. Yes. Y'all see, I like this. We in the same spirit. They know where we going. They know where we going.
Yeah, I told you. Boy.
They know exactly where we going. All right, come on. Let's start this off. We're going to start this off in Matthew chapter 24, man. We might as well start it. And I ain't going to do all of that. Matter of fact, start off and then we're going to jump. Type in y'all now so y'all get there. We at Matthew chapter 24, family.
What verse we start?
We're going to start at 1 and then we're going to jump. Type in y'all now so y'all get there. Let's get it.
Ready?
Hold on, let me see a couple more nines and we're going to go and get this started. Shabbat to Shalom, family, all those that are coming into the room.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
All right, we got the nines. Let's get it.
All right, Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another. That shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world.
So they want to know what is the signs of a Mashiach Yahushua second coming, and they want to know what is it going to look like in the end days when you in the end of the world, y'all. Now we all be like, well, you know, it's wars and rumors of wars. It's been wars and rumors of wars since the beginning.
Right.
So we can't base everything off of that. Or they say you can't tell the weather from the old weather now. That's been happening for over 25, 30 years before I was even born. So we can't base it off that. So he finna give you distinctive details on when he coming back. He said no man knows the hour a day. He didn't say no man know when he coming back. He said the hour a day. He's giving you signs. We finna read signs, and he gonna say, when you see these things, look up, the end is near your doorstep. Come on.
Verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet.
Come on.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Stop that right there. Jump down to verse 37. Now we're gonna jump up to verse 37 because we got a lot of information to get through, y'all.
Verse 37.
Let me get there real quick. I mean, 20. Oh, I'm at. I did the wrong one. Ain't no verse 37.
It's verse 37. We in Matthew 24.
Yeah, where is it? It ain't showing on mine.
Keep going up.
There you go. Boom.
Verse 37.
My bad, y'all. Here you go.
Ready?
Yep.
But as the days of Noah were, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be.
You see that? So as the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Come on.
For as in the days that were before the flood.
That were what?
That were before the flood.
Now keep this in count, y'all, because we finna go back before the flood, because all of this is gonna bring us back to this present day right here where we at right now. Come on.
That's right. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Ooh, come on.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
You see that? So they basically saying, like I was just telling my my brothers the other day, one of my brother's moms had died, and we went to the funeral. And at the funeral, I stood up and I did the eulogy or whatever. And when I was doing that, I ain't know what to say because I ain't have that much time to speak. And I gave them the analysis of basically the warning. You know what I'm saying? Noah built that ark, and while he was building that ark, he was warning people, and they laughed, they scolded him, they mocked him for years and years and years. For years and years and years, they laughed at him while he building the ark, right? So then that first raindrop came. Remember, it never rained on earth. It used to rain from the ground. They seen that first raindrop come from the heavens. Some took it. They like, oh man, maybe he wasn't lying. But they still was playing, still was having gay marriages, being faggots and all of that, right? Then that rain never stopped. So when he closed that ark door, they knew it was real. Now they trying to get on the boat. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get on a boat. And this is where we at now, where we seeing all these signs coming. We see what's going down. We see how technology is man. I'm talking about heightening to a level that you can't even understand. We see genetically modified beings and clone beings. We see everything that was going on back in the day, and it's smack dead in the middle of prophecy now, and we still playing out here. We still allowing Satan to use us as his utensils and instruments. So he said, as the days of Noah, so shall the Son of Man be. So we need to go back to the days of Noah, and we need to figure out what's going on and see, does that match today? And I'm not just talking about being a faggot. I'm talking about the genetic hybrids they doing. I'm talking about everything that it was doing. This stuff has to line up.
That's right. This
stuff got to line up. And if it don't, then hey, count me a liar. But if it do, boy, we got some things to fix ASAP, because we in trouble, y'all. We in trouble.
Man.
Come on, finish that off real quick.
Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
We stop that right there. Let's stop that right there. Let's go to Luke. Luke 17, 26 to 27. Luke 17, 26 to 27. Then we're going to go into Noah's days. We got to get into Noah. Because that's what it said. Didn't it say as the days of Noah? Yes. Let's see what it's talking about. Because everybody just want to talk about faggots and it get deeper than that.
Way deeper than
it's
that.
It's been homos in the earth since the beginning, boy.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Luke 17.
What chapter 20? Verse 26.
Verse 26, 27. Type in y'all nines when y'all get there. Let's get through these scriptures before we can go and get into this lesson and show these pictures. I didn't put it in chronological order like I always do, so we don't have to sift around through these pictures. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Y'all will be all right. We're going to start at 26. All right, let's get it.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Luke 17, verse 26. And it was in the days of Noah. So shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Seeing it again.
Verse 27. They did eat. They drank. They married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And the flood came and destroyed them all.
Come on.
Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built.
Like, look, doing all this, and like it's like we on our way about this deal. It's gonna be a nuclear war, and we planting, we selling things, we making money. Like it ain't the end. We supposed to be actually trying to heal our spiritual bodies, and we still focus on fleshly things. So what I'm saying is, what got us so caught up in the fleshly realm? Obviously, it must be these princes of the darkness. It must be these principalities. It must be these chiefs, these rulers, these magistrates. It must be Hashatan and his fallen ones, y'all. Right. So we got to make sure, like, all you got to do is to see if you're being led by him or not. Is this. Sit back and be like, what am I focused on? Is my focus a car? My focus a house? My focus my clothing? Or is my focus my spirit, which is going to bring me the cars, the clothes, and the house?
Woo.
Huh?
Man.
Let them troll, y'all. Let them troll. Let them troll. If anybody on here that's an admin, go on, L is God, go on, get him up out of here. Jeremy Roots Thought, whatever this clown name is, go on, kick him out with his Mickey Mouse faggot picture up. Go on, kick him up out of here. All right, let's get it.
Verse 29. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven.
Ooh, come on.
And destroyed them all.
And did it what?
Destroyed them all.
They got caught slipping and all of them died because they was too into their technology. They was too into buying and selling and trading. They were too into sleeping with one another. They were too into planting vineyards and gardens. They forgot that this ain't going to last long. My whole question is, the whole point of this, the fallen ones corrupted the image of Elohim, is what happened? Why were they so distracted? Huh? Caught up in relationships, caught up in their boyfriend, their girlfriend, which is not in the Bible anyway, all caught up in their husbands and their wives, caught up in children, caught up in everything, y'all. But what's to come? So my question is, are we preparing, and do we know the signs? Do we know the signs? What are we supposed to be looking for? We finna go through scripture and read this stuff because he laid it flat out for us when he coming back. He just didn't give us the hour of the day, but we got when he coming. Come on.
Verse 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away.
You see that? It says in that day, you better not go back in the crib. Oh, I left my picture booklet. You can replace everything but pictures.
Right.
Better leave them pictures there. You know, you hear that in house fire. You can replace everything but pictures. You better leave them pictures there. Look, they are actually making CERN projects. They're getting melanin, and they are blasting melanin particles at the sound of light, y'all, faster than the speed of light together, opening up black wormholes, trying to open up the bottomless pit. They got this HAARP machine. They're literally trying to melt the ice. They caused global warming for the last 40 years to melt the ice in Antarctica. To actually loosen these fallen angels, to open up the bottomless pit, to bring out these scorpions to wreak havoc upon earth. You see what I'm saying? Like they literally trying to melt the wall on Project Highjump. It's a 2,000 or something feet wall. It goes up into the heavens, y'all. And this is at the edge of the earth because they know on the other side of it is different type of land masses once you pass through barriers of outer darkness. Like, man, look, if you see what we finna look at in these documents and you finna hear it from these cracker mouths themselves, you be like, oh man, and I'm worried about what? Facebook? I'm worried about what?
Jordan.
TV shows, Jordans. I'm worried about what? Huh? They're genetically splicing babies. It's clone babies out here. Man. Huh? You don't even know if you probably making love to a clone, y'all. You don't even know who you sleeping with. Huh? It's soulless beings walking around this deal. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? These are facts, y'all. I got all the paperwork on. All you gotta do is go. Look, it's common information. They don't look. We have became so dumbed down as a nation of people. They don't even hide shit no more. They just put it out there. They just put it out there. You ain't gonna read it anyway. You ain't gonna look at it anyway.
Right at the hand of your fingertips.
You see what I'm saying? Right, man, boy, crazy. Come on with it.
Let him not come down to take it away, and let he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back.
You see that? Ain't no turning back. Lights like well, let's say that right there. Next verse. All right.
Right. Verse 32. Remember Lot's wife?
You see that? Remember Lot's wife? That's why I like the Bible. I was just finna say that, and it's right here. Right next here. Verse. Come on. Right.
Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
We can stop there right there. All right, let's get one more, and then we're gonna go to this Genesis. Let's get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 1 through 5. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 1 through 5, family. Type in y'all nines when y'all get there. I think the giants will come back to the earth. They are. It's called the return of the Nephilim, the return of the giants. Yes, this is what this whole lesson is. It's talking about the return of them. They never left. That's the whole point. They never left. Their spirits are still on the earth, working in the children of disobedience. They never left. They are still fulfilling their lustful natures, eating, having sex, and marrying, and all of that through you. They just using your bodies to do so. See, the thing about an angel, you can't kill an angel. That's the whole point that the lake of fire even exists in the first place. To hold them there in prison for eternity. You can't kill what's eternal.
That's right.
Remember, we was made in the image and the likeness of Elohim. So we can't die. So the only thing he can do with us is place us in the eternal prison, which they call the second death. Y'all think death just means there's no more of you. That's not what death means. Death just means you're not in this reality no more. So for the angels, they won't be in the angelical reality anymore. They will actually be locked up in these prison systems.
That's right. Full
of fire, a perpetual lake, full of outer darkness that we're going to talk about. And guess what? Your ass going to be there too if you keep following them. Remember, call them chiefs, rulers. Who are they ruling? Who are they commanding?
Right.
Huh? Well, we.
That's because them the Messiah sent them swine of the herd, you know what I'm saying, over the cliff. That don't mean them spirits died that was in them pigs.
No, they don't die. They actually go around and inhabit bodies, fulfilling a lustful, wicked needs. They are literally against Yod Hey Wah. They're the enemy of God. So if you let them possess you, you become an enemy of God. And God is, it says he was a man of war. Exodus 15:3. He's the man of war. He's the war creator of it. So you don't want nothing to do with that. Yeah. All right, let's get it. We in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, 1 through 5.
But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no heed that I write unto you.
You see that? But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Come on.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
He like, look, I'm writing y'all to let y'all know. Hey, I ain't no need to warn y'all. Y'all already know that Christ is coming back like a thief in the night. Make sure y'all on y'all A game. Make sure y'all on y'all A game. Don't get caught slipping. He said, as the days of Noah, we smack dead in the middle of it. What's up? Don't get caught off. Don't get caught with your hand in a cookie jar after midnight. Make sure you doing what you're supposed to be doing, because when these dark demonic beings return and hacks the minds of man, I'm telling you, there's going to be so many people taking that mark of the beast, huh? Just to live a little while longer. Come on.
Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them, and travail upon a woman with child,
You see that? So he put that as in a woman travailing with child. You see that? That's the, and back then they ain't have no such thing as an epidural.
Mhm.
That's the worst pain ever. And that's what says we gonna be going through labor pains. Ask your wife how that feels. Ask your wife how that feels. She ain't gonna be able even to describe it to you. Right. That's what we're gonna be going through mentally as a people when this bottomless pit becomes open. When these demons come and swarm us. It's time to get spiritually ready, y'all. When the last time you fasted? When the last time you fasted? When the last time that you beat temptation? When the last time you could have got it, but you said, no, I don't want it? When the last time you prayed? When the last time you fasted, prayed? When the last time you said something nice to your brother, showed love to your brother? When the last time you told your brother you loved them? Or when the last time you prayed for someone else? We need to be exercising all these things. Because these things is going to build us up spiritually to what's to come. Because what's coming, boy, I'm telling you. We finna talk about it though. Come on.
And they shall not escape. Verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
See that? It says you are light beings, you are not in darkness because you are aware of the dark hierarchy. And that's what I'm getting y'all aware of right now, this dark hierarchy. I know y'all know about it, but we finna go into the whole system, the magistrates, how it starts from the citizens, then go up to the politicians, then go up to the presidency, then go up to the elite, then go up to the 12 royal bloodlines. Well, they call it royal, but it's demonic royal bloodlines. We're gonna talk about that too. And then goes up to the actual reptilians, but then goes up to the 12 fallen angels, and then this goes into Satan himself. This is the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. Man. You think you've just been dealing with one person? You've been dealing with millions of entities that's been keeping you down, that's been keeping you drunk in the spirit. Come on.
Verse 4 again. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that a day should overtake you as a thief.
Come on.
Ye are all the children of light.
You see that? We are the children of light. Come on.
And the children of the day. We are not of the night.
We are not of the night, nor the darkness. We're not of the dark demonic beings. So why are we bowing to them? And why are we being misled by them?
Right.
Let's get it. Genesis 6. He said it's the days of Noah, right? Let's talk about the days of Noah. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. Now it's gonna get good, y'all. We get to show pictures and stuff. I love this.
Yeah, boy.
Go to Genesis chapter 6.
You know what's crazy? You said in one of your lessons, you said this was old too. You say, if you notice, every lesson I do, I go to Genesis. I have to go to Genesis.
Yep, have to.
Just to start from the beginning.
Yeah, so people don't know Genesis is some of the true gospel.
Yeah, boy.
People don't even understand. All right, type in some nines when y'all get there. Did y'all kick old boy out the room for me? Let's get it.
We in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1.
Yep. Type in some nines when y'all get there. Let's get this started. We're going back to the days of Noah. Now it's time to get into everything. It's time to open up the can of worms, what they call it.
That's right.
All right, let's get it done.
You ready?
Yep, we got nines in the building.
All right. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. So
a lot of people say these sons of God is not angels, which is some straight bull crap. We're going to go through so many different scriptures and different stuff that show that the sons of God is indeed angels, especially when you go to Job. But we're going to go there though, just to show people that's on here that doubts that these actual sons of God is talking about the angels, y'all. Come on, start 2 again.
Verse 2. That the sons of Yahweh saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
That they were beautiful. So yes, angels lust.
Yeah, so do.
What are angels doing lusting? Come on.
And they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
See that? So Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh say, look, my spirit cannot always strive with man because he is flesh. Remember, flesh and blood cannot what? Inherit the kingdom of God. So he said, my spirit can't dwell in them alone. Why did you even go down there and sleep with them? And notice they manifest babies, y'all. So they created genetic hybrids because they mix angel DNA, celestial DNA with fleshly DNA. Come on.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
There were what?
Giants. And also after that, when the sons of Yahweh came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown.
Now let's look this stuff up before we actually get into the pictures and stuff. So I want to look at the words giants. What is giants?
Strong's H5303. Nephil.
You see that? Nephil or Nephilim. All right, let's look at what it means though. Giants. It says the Nephilim. It says Nephil, Nephilim. All right, it says a tyrant, a bully, a feeler. It says a giant. Now let's go to the root word. So all it means is that to fall, if you look up the root word. So it literally means the fallen ones. Check this out. So when you go back to it, what this one say?
Strong's H5307. Nephil.
And it literally means to fall, or violent death, to fall prostrate, to prostrate oneself before, to fall upon attack, desert, fall away. You get all the way down to the Strongs, it'll tell you the primitive root to fall in a great variety of applications. It says to be accepted, to cast down, self, lots, cast out, cease, die, divide. So we see that the root word of Nephilim, which is giant or tyrant or bully, the root word means to fall, because they are the falling ones, because their fathers fell from the heavens literally and had sex with the women and then created them. All right. Now look, let's go back to it real quick. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 6. Let's read that again.
Verse 4.
Verse 4 again.
They were giants in the earth in those days.
So it was giants in the earth in those days, which is before the flood. Come on.
And also after that.
And after the flood. Come on.
When the sons of God came in unto all the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, which the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Come on.
Verse 5, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
Now, how did the wickedness of man become great in the earth? What happened? We don't see nothing happening. Only wickedness we see before this stuff is Cain and Abel, for real. You know what I'm saying? And we see that in Genesis 4:18 that Cain had to make a sacrifice and Abel had to make their sacrifice. And then we see Adam and Eve fall in the garden. But that we ain't hear nothing too much else. Then all of a sudden everybody became wicked. What happened? We see giants coming to earth. Now all of a sudden the minds of men become wicked. What happened? So I want to hold this right here and I want to go into the book of Enoch. I'm gonna pull it up on the actual board, and then we're gonna go back and forth from here from Genesis chapter 6 in the book of Enoch. So I'm gonna minimize this, right? Make sure I'm doing this right. Boom. Hold on, or is it right here? Yep, already right here. All right, so we're gonna go to the book of Enoch chapter 6. Book of Enoch chapter 6, we're gonna read from verse 1. We got this going. That is weird. Can y'all see the board? Let me know if y'all can see the computer screen. Type in some lines if y'all can see it. Type in some nines, y'all. All right, we good. Can you read this one right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way they can. All right, come. Let's read this one.
All right.
So look, once we start right here, I'm going to pull it down here.
Right. And it came to pass when the sons of men had increased, that in those days that were born to them fair and beautiful daughters. And the angels, the sons of heaven, saw them and desired them. And they said to one another, come, let us choose for ourselves wives from the children of men, and let us beget for ourselves children.
You see that? So their whole thing was they wanted to come down and create their own children. It wasn't necessarily all about sex. My whole question would be, why did they want children?
Right.
Remember, God, so Satan does something he's a copycat. The Most High created things to be in his image and his likeness. Well, these fallen angels wanted something in their image and their likeness. So they, look, this is how you change and corrupt the image and nature of God. This is what they're doing right now. So they plotted to overthrow the throne of God here on earth.
Right.
Watch, we gonna see it. Come on. And they look, and they still doing this till this very day. Come on.
And Semyaza, who was their leader, said to them.
Hold on 1 minute. Okay. We have verse 3, y'all. Here you go, right here.
I fear that you may not wish this deed to be done, and that I alone will pay for this great sin.
What he called it?
Great sin.
So this is a great sin. A great sin. Obviously, a great sin means that, man, it's worse than a lot. Now, why is angels sleeping with physical, celestial beings sleeping with earthly beings much of a great sin? Because you literally corrupt the bloodline. Right. You literally corrupt the bloodline, y'all. And it's gonna get deep into it. So once we come into this stuff, now you're gonna see what's really going on in Antarctica. Now you're gonna see what's going on with the shape of the world. Now you're gonna see what's going on and how Christ is coming back and why you need to hurry up and come back, because there's gonna be some things that take place. They're literally trying to hijack you, earth, and the heavens, y'all. This is what these angels are trying to do, and they're trying to get out right now.
Man.
Hey, it's deep. It's deep.
Deep, real deep.
Come on.
Verse 4. And they all answered him and said, let us all swear an oath and bind one another with curses, so not to alter this plan, but to carry out this plan effectively.
You see that? So they swore an oath together, like, we finna go do something wicked, y'all.
Man.
Come on.
Then they all swore together and all bound one another with curses to it. And they were in all 200, and they came down in Ardis.
You see that? They came down in Ardis. Come on. So look, you see when they came down, it was 200 and what?
It's 200.
It's 200. No, we're gonna read it from the other book.
Okay.
So you see 200 and something angels actually fell from the heavens to come make love to women and have children. Mixing seeds is a no-no, and that's exactly what they doing, Amunah. They mixing seeds. Now, peep what happened though. So these 200s is still here on earth today, and they had children. You see that? So look, now you finna start to get into the hierarchy that fell that's still here on earth. Because remember, angels don't die. We're in chapter 6, y'all. Right. Chapter 6, first book of Enoch, chapter 6.
Verse 6.
Verse 6, come on.
Verse 6 again. And they were in all 200, and they came down on Ardis, which is the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called the mountain Hermon, because on it they swore and bound one another with curses.
Come on.
And these are the names of their leaders.
Now, remember what leaders mean. If you go in the Bible, leaders, power, princes, and rulers and principalities means what? Archons. So these are the names of the Archons. Let's not get it twisted. We got to line all this stuff up. How tall were them? The first ones we're going to get into pictures was over 450 feet. 300 cubits. 350 feet. All right? We're going to get into the heights. Then once after the flood, they was reduced because the genetical bloodline got polluted. So some was 35 feet. Then you see some that was 13 feet. But before the flood, them deals were bigger than mountains, y'all.
Right.
They were bigger than mountains. Let me pull up this one. Hold on. Yours on?
No, I was on.
No, let me see. Let me read your comments because this one going out.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's get verse 7. Verse 7, y'all.
And these are the names of their leaders. Samaja, who was their leader. Yerakaba, Archiel, Remiel, Kakabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakiel, Aziel, Amaraos, Batariel, Aniel, Zachiel, Samasiel, Sateriel, Tiriel, Yamiel, Sariel. These are the leaders of the 200 angels and of all the others with them.
You see that? So 200 came down on Mount Haran or Hermon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the pictures. So if y'all see them movies, y'all see the mountains and them 12 stars that follow around and then automatically drop on the mountain before a movie come on. That's what's going on. Yep.
And they got a nation base like that.
It was giants. It was giants, not the Egyptians. Eric Johnson, you don't blow cover. Yes, I want to get into that. And if you look on the hieroglyphs inside of Egypt, man, look, Them were giants, y'all. And you get into the pharaohs and notice they had them elongated heads. See, it's stuff that either the Kemetic, see, I'm in Kemetic school and they teach you all this stuff, but it's stuff that these other ones that think that they're high up in Egyptology, they don't know none of the science. They don't know none of the stuff going on. They've been taught by these crackers and not really getting deep into their own type of sciences. Because if you get deep into it, they'll tell you that the Egyptians, these so-called Egyptians that was ruling over the Hebrews was in fact giants, y'all. Was in fact giants. Wait till you see the pictures though. So I'm glad you brought that out. Who brought that out? I need to see who brought that out. Eric Johnson, I'm glad you brought that out, man. That means you be getting your study on, man. Good looking on that, brother. Because we're gonna talk about that as well. All right, let's get into chapter 7.
Chapter 7, verse 1. And they took wives for themselves, and everyone chose for himself one each. And they began to go into them and were promiscuous with them. And they taught them charms.
They taught them what?
Charms.
So this is where magic came from, y'all. It came from these fallen angels, these Archons. They brought the miracles from heaven and they brought them and taught them to earthly people. We knew nothing about magics. We knew nothing about spells. We knew nothing about plants. We knew nothing about war. We knew nothing about none of that. See, they brought war to earth because it was war in the heavens because they had to guard the heavenly realms and fight against other galaxies, y'all. This is where Melchizedek come in at. Melchizedek, Lazami decks, all these different decks fight against darkness that's in outer darkness and other spatially realms that we gonna get into. Y'all think that the only power that we fighting against is the power here on earth. Negro, please. Look, y'all see the War of the Galaxies. Y'all see all these movies. They don't look. It's called the televisions, y'all. The televisions, huh? The messages in the movie get the picture. They ain't showing you all this stuff and they lying about it. Everything you see about war and what Mali been teaching on about the adventures and all this stuff is real, man. What you think Melchizedek is? They guard the heavenly cosmic realms. We are part of that. But now we have made a peace treaty with the devil. We jump ship. Come on.
And they taught them charms and spells. And they showed them the cutting of roots.
The what?
The cutting of roots and trees.
The cutting of roots and trees. Come on.
And they became pregnant and bore large giants.
And bore what?
Large giants.
Large giants. No, it didn't just say giants. It says large giants because these suckers was humongous. Wait till y'all see the pictures. Come on.
And their height was 3,000 cubits.
Come on.
Verse 3. These devoured all the toil of men, until men were unable to sustain them.
You see that? So they devoured all the toil of man. They ate up all the vegetation, all the fishes. They ate everything. This is where famine came in the land when the giants was there. They were some greedy people. They forced us into slavery, forced us to work for them. You see this? Come on.
And the giants turned against them in order to devour men.
You see that? So once they was done eating everything up, they like, well, it ain't nothing left to eat but niggas. So I guess we finna eat y'all.
Right.
So this is where flesh eating came into the play at. They taught us how to eat meat and all of this. There wasn't no meat eating until the giants came to show that. You see that? Huh? This is up to 1,500 years before Noah got off the boat when he commanded us and said that we can eat meat. What was we eating at first? Huh? Sucking of blood and eating of meat came from these fallen angels, y'all.
That's right.
We're going to read it, though. Come on.
And they began to sin against birds.
How do you sin against birds? How do you sin against animals? How do you sin against reptiles?
Right.
How do you sin against them? What, you lie to them? You steal from them? No, that was talking about the commandments between men and men. They was eating them. They was having sex with them and stuff like that. That was the sin. Come on.
And against fish. And they devour one another's flesh.
And they did what?
Devours one another's flesh.
So they was eating the flesh of animals. This is where this stuff came in at, y'all. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about that. Right. Come on.
And drank the blood from it.
And they did what? They drunk. Not only did they eat these animal meats, now they drinking the blood of it. So now we see where animal flesh eating came in at. Eat carnivores eating the flesh of, cannibalism, eating flesh of one another. And we see where blood drinking come from, which is the Esau. I won't mind medium rare. Right. We see all this. Come on.
Then the earth complained about the lawless one.
You see, and the earth cried out. If you read in the other text in the pseudepigrapha, it said the earth cried out. Come on.
And Aziel taught men to make swords and daggers.
There was no such thing as swords to kill anybody, nor daggers to shoot at anybody before these fallen angels came. This stuff that they had in the heavens. Why do you need swords and daggers in heavens? What are you protecting the throne of God from? Do you realize it's 7 different equinoxes and levels before you even get to the throne of God? Before you even get there to the Arabat? Why do you need all these armies and all these myriads of angels if it's not cosmic war up there?
That's right.
See, look, we got to start talking about this stuff. Yes, the war of the galaxies is real, y'all.
There's levels to it.
Levels to it. Come on.
And breastplates.
And what?
And breastplates.
Now we see what the priest breastplates came from. Huh? Hold on. It's going to even get into stones, jewels. We see where all these things came from. Come on.
And he showed them the things after these, and the art of making them, bracelets and ornaments.
Ooh, so bracelets and ornaments came from where? These came from fallen angels. So that means they up there in the heavens wearing bracelets, ornaments. They got swords and daggers. They got shields. They got horses and everything, man. Come on.
And the art of making up the eyes, and of beautifying the eyelids.
That's called the art of seduction. Woo. You women do that. Y'all
that makeup.
I'm finna go pick me up a nigga. Let me put on the art of seduction.
Yep.
Put makeup on my eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. So I need to decorate them so I can get somebody to stare down into it if I can take their soul. We
just telling my rib about that. Where the stuff come from.
Come on.
And the most precious stones.
And the stones. They taught us about stones, the breastplates. They taught us all these magical mysteries of the heaven. But look, so the Most High said, you know what? Them are rejected mysteries now. No boy, I read that, I was cut. He said, them rejected. I ain't saying you can't use them, but he like, if you want to get to the kingdom of God, you got to be beyond that. Sure, you got to come to the point where you don't need herbs to heal. Right. Christ didn't use a plant to heal. He touched you and you was healed. Christ didn't need stones and rocks to amplify his third eye and his etheric body to the heavens. He just did it. So we use these outer things to validate something inwardly for we don't have to use them no more. So we can't be stuck on stones and herbs and stuff forever. We got to level up to a different stage of consciousness, because we're going to see God say he rejected this stuff. He didn't say don't do it, but he said, look, them lowly things. Y'all took them. When y'all took them, y'all corrupted them. So they became rejected in my eyes. I ain't saying it's a sin to use them. You see, they use them in the Levitical priesthood. I use them a lot too. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying, look, you better than that. Christ said we'll do greater works than these. We can just heal with our pure consciousness and thought. So that's the level we're trying to get to. Come on.
And all kinds of colored dyes. And the world was changed.
Oh, so now we see what made the world wicked, what made the world corrupt. You see that? You see that? You see what's going on? Now we see. So when it says, when you read in that Genesis 6 and it says that the minds of man were corrupted in every which way, you see why. These Negroes brought all types of stuff to the earth. Come on.
And there was great impiety and much fornication.
And much what?
Fornication.
They boning each other. Man boning man. Porn, all types of stuff. This is where fornication come from. This is where porn, fornication, Californication. Right. So all this stuff come from the god Kali, or the fallen angel Kali, which is over California. Lost angels, which is where some of these angels are at, or at least their offsprings. Oh, they're not naming these different cities for no reason.
Right. Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Las Vegas. Vegas is a star named after a fallen angel, Barak YALL. You see what I'm saying? They not teaching you this stuff and naming stuff like that for coincidences, y'all.
Right.
Come on.
And they went astray. And all their ways became corrupt.
And what's this lesson called? The fallen ones corrupting the image of Elohim. That's right. So all the ways of man became corrupt. When your morals become corrupt, your bloodline become corrupt. You see that? When your morals become corrupt, your bloodline become corrupt. Come on.
Amzarach taught all those who cast spells and cut roots. Amarus, the release of spells. And Barakiel, astrology.
He taught you how to study the stars. And that's why when you look up Abraham from the land of Ur, Chaldees, it tells you one who follows and count the stars, which is not a sin, y'all. Just don't make it your God. But he's saying once we get to our Christ level, we don't even got to do that no more. It'll already be told to us. Our DNA will be fully unlocked. We don't need herbs to heal no more. We don't need to count the stars because we have become Christ within. That's what we are trying to get to. And everybody just needs stepping stools to get there. So all of these things will be your stepping stools. Come on.
And Kokakbiel.
Hold on. She said, I don't think man today can ever get on that level of consciousness again. Well, according to scripture, we can. Right. According to scripture, we can, sis. According to scripture, we can. He said we'll be able to do greater works than these. Mm-hmm. So we can get on that again. Right. Philippians 2 said, let this mind be in you, which was also in what? Christ. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That he thought it not robbery to be equal with God. So we can. Come on.
And Tamael taught astrology. And Esagriel taught the path of the moon. Mm-hmm. And of the destruction of men. They cried out. And their voices reached heaven.
And their voices reached heaven. So look, we're going to stop that right there. Let's get back in the Bible, y'all. Let's get back in the Bible. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 6. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 6, y'all. If everybody know what we're going through so far and y'all understand it, please type in some 9s for me. If we on the same point, we seeing eye to eye and y'all agree with everything that's being taught, type in some 9s for me. We can keep going.
This lesson was much needed, boy.
We ain't even got into it yet, though. That's the crazy part. We ain't even got into it yet. We ain't even opened up these pictures yet. Let me know, family. Boy, y'all keep, man. Thought I was losing it when I was trying to tell people this a couple of years ago. Especially that prayer of mine. Yeah. Wait till we get to these pictures. It's gonna be mind blowing. All right, let's get it. Let's keep this going. So we back in Genesis chapter 6. I think we left off at verse 6. Let's start at verse 5 again. All right, we in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5 again. Let's get it.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
You see why? Because these fallen angels brought all types of new technology and done created angelical beasts have men. They was too occupied with technology and not with God. Same thing that's going on now. Now today your sword and your stones and your crystals and your cutting of roots and your astrology is your cell phone, it's Facebook, it's TV programming, it's everything else. See that? Same strokes, just different folks. Or what I say, different strokes, same folks.
Yep.
Come on.
Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. Whew. And it grieved him at his heart.
And so that it grieved him at his heart, y'all. Come on.
And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth.
See that? So now he like, look, it's giants in the earth. Y'all corrupted my seed. Everything is bad out here. Look, I got to destroy everything. I can't let this bloodline keep living. I can't let a bloodline like this live forever. The man will become extinct. You see that? Whoa. He like everything will become extinct. Come on.
Both man and beast.
Ooh.
And the creeping thing.
See that? You see why he had to destroy the beast and the creeping thing? Because the beast and the creeping thing, everything became corrupted. Everything, even the fowls of the air. Come on.
And the fowls of the air. For it repented me that I have made them.
Ooh, come on.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
You see that? But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Notice it didn't say his family found grace. Noah's family was saved because of Noah found grace. But look, peep what it say next, y'all. And then we're going to get into these pictures.
Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah.
These are the generation. Generation stands for the beginning origin of birth. That's why you see gene inside of it. So these are the genes of Noah. Come on.
Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation.
So Noah was just, meaning righteous. That's and right. Perfect in his generation. You look at this word perfect, it means pure. He was pure in his genes. He was one of the only people that blood wasn't actually turned GMO. That's why he saved Noah, because Noah, he was righteous and he had pure blood. His blood was still connected in the image of Seth and Yod Hey Wahe in them. All right. It says, and Noah walked with God.
Right.
So we see why Noah was saved, because he can actually produce a whole new pure nation, a righteous nation with pure blood. Because everybody else was singling, mingling, sucking, effing, and doing all this stuff, mixing their blood with these giants and with animals, changing their nature, corrupting their nature. Isn't that going on today?
Yeah.
Isn't that going on today? That's going on today. So I want to show y'all something. Let's stop this right here. We're going to come back to it. I want to get into some pictures. Because it get deep, y'all. So before people always, it wasn't no giants that damn big. It wasn't no giants that damn big, y'all key. Let me just show y'all a few trees before we get into the giants, y'all. Show y'all a few trees. So they think these are actually mountains. These are actually tree stumps, y'all, that they call mountains. Mountains were way bigger than here. Mountains used to reach into the heavens. Mountains used to reach into the heavens. These are tree stumps. Y'all think I'm lying? Let's just look at some things. Let's look at some things. I don't mind looking at some things with y'all. Let me show y'all something. You see that? This is a mountain that my eye is on. This is a tree stump. What's the difference? What's the difference? So Jack and the Beanstalk ain't that far off, huh? When trees used to reach up into the heavens. Then you start really understanding the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, you know what? I know a lot of people saying that movie. It's called The Avatar. At the end of the movie, they all had this one big old tree that they all worship. You know what I'm saying? And that the government was trying to cut down. More to the story, that was a big tree. Look,
the Bible called these in Ezekiel 36. He called these the trees of Lebanon. They reached into the kingdom. They reached into the garden of God. It says that your bars were thick and high amongst the bones. You were bigger and taller than the trees of Lebanon. In Ezekiel 26 and 28 and 36 and 38. These trees reached into the heavens, y'all. These are tree stumps that they mistakenly call mountains. Y'all. Now, if trees is this damn big that reached into the heavens, how big were these giants? Let's go into some more trees real quick. Just some more. Just a little bit more. Let me get some more trees. Let me find a good one for y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't want to spoil everything and show y'all the giants yet. We looking at trees right now. Show y'all some more trees. What we got here? Y'all see that? This is an actual mountain or a tree stump. It says at its height, this tree trunk was what? 2.5 miles across. The tree full grown would have reached 10 miles into the sky.
Oh my God.
They called this a mountain until the archaeologists started taking specimens from these things and like, hold on, this straight wood. This is a straight tree. This is actually a tree stump that they thought was a mountain, y'all. Look at the rings, exactly. Look at the rings. Count the tree. You know how big this is? Huh? Right. Wow. This is some deep stuff. Wait till you see how big these giants was, though. So we see the trees. We see these big organic trees that you think are mountains that are actually treetops, though. Now, if it's giants that big, what would they be at? What would the giants be at, y'all? I ain't talking about the little bitty bones they find in the 35 footers and 40 footers and stuff like that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual big giants. Look at this tree, another mountain. Look at the valley. That's a tree stump. That is a tree stump.
They call it mountains.
Huh? They call them mountains, these tree stumps so big. They don't want you to know this stuff.
Go watch Jack and the Giant Slayer and look at the trees that are compared to Jack in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's go into a few more. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all one more. We're gonna keep it going. I already showed y'all one like that. One more, and then we're gonna keep it going. Let's see what we got here, family. Show y'all big mushroom.
Might say look up mud fossils.
Look at these mushrooms.
Wow.
Hey, these are 22 feet mushrooms, family. Do y'all see this? These are 22 feet mushrooms, fossilized mushrooms.
That's crazy. We think they just stones.
Yeah, we think these stones. Look, we have been so, they have dumbed us down so much. We just say, you know, it looks like a mushroom. It looks,
Right.
yeah, that looks like a tree, but it's a mountain because they told me it's a mountain. The Bible told you something different. Once you go into that Ezekiel, you start seeing how them trees of Lebanon was and how real tall they was. You be like, oh, that's what it's talking about. Let's see. All right. Let's get into some giants. I want to get into some giants now. Let's get into some giants. This is a picture taken in Peru. This is a picture taken in Peru, y'all. They call it the Sleeping Giant Mountains. Everything I'm telling y'all, look it up. Do y'all see the head of this giant? The eye sockets, the nose, the mouth? Do y'all see the shoulder, the arm, the kneecap, the butt? They call this a mountain. It's a fossilized giant. This is a fossilized giant.
That's crazy, boy.
This is a 350 feet giant that you think is a mountain. They literally call it in Peru. Look up Peru sleeping giant, y'all. Again, here go the head. Look at my mouse. Here go the head, the eye socket, the nose, the mouth, the neck, the shoulder, the arm, the kneecap, the butt, the feet. So everybody like, well, if it was 350 feet giants, nigga, where they at? Nigga, they fossilized mountains, just like the tree stumps are fossilized mountains. Y'all think that one's something. Wait till y'all see the other ones. Wait till y'all see these other ones, and we're going to get back to the lesson. I just want to show y'all a few things so far. Just a few. Just a few. Not too many. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look, all the resources right here. Sleeping Giant Mountain, Sleeping Giant Mountain. Look, here go all of my stuff right here. I ain't got to lie about nothing. All the sources. Look at this. Look how big this giant is. Look at the eye sockets. Look at the forehead. Look at the head. Look at the mouth. These are real pictures, y'all. Look at the shoulders. These are giants, fallen giants that have become fossilized. Huge, man. Yeah, they don't hide it no more. They put them out there. They put them out there. Look, this is a building, y'all. Look at my mouse. This is a building down here. These are telephone poles.
Oh, man.
If these are telephone poles, it's one telephone pole, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a big ass building. Look how big this giant is, though, compared to the building and telephone poles.
Hey, man, that's the hand.
Yeah, that's the hand.
Oh,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Boy, look, these are daggers, bro. So the book of Enoch not lying. That's what it's looking like to me, out that the book of Enoch ain't lying. Let's show a few more. Y'all want to see a few more? Let's show a few more. Let's show a few more. I want to show y'all Golgotha, where Christ was actually crucified at. Let me show y'all Golgotha. This is Golgotha, y'all. The place of the skull. Why do they call it the place of the skull? You can see it. You see the forehead of this fossilized giant. You see the eyes of this fossilized giant. You see the nose and the mouth. Let me blow this up. Do I need to? Y'all see the eyes, the nose, the mouth? That's why they call it the place of the skull. The Bible been talking about this stuff. The Bible been talking about this stuff. Yeah. We show one more and then we get back to it and we show some more later. We show one more. Yeah, this stuff get deep, y'all. It get deeper than deep. Look at this one. Another sleeping giant one. Look at the nose on this sucker. Look, this deal is 739 feet in the air, y'all. Boy, this deal is 739 feet in the air.
That is crazy.
And Trap Rock Mountain, the high point. Locations 8 miles in North Haven, Connecticut. This is a big old, look at the chin on this sucker. Look at the lips. Look at the nose on this big bastard. Y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Look at the head on this deal. Look at the forehead.
Boy. It's gonna get up one.
Yeah, he said check out that elongated head. You see it? Uh-huh. You peep it?
That's crazy.
You peep that?
That mother gonna stand up.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy, boy.
Yes, we live in some exciting
Yeah,
times.
we living in some exciting times because all this stuff is going to be brought out. All right, I just want to show a few more. Let's show some feats. Just a couple of feats. Look at the feats of these suckers. This is a full-grown wildebeest white woman. Wildebeest white woman. You know, she's from the mountains, so she got to be at least 5'9". Look at the feet. The feet is bigger than her. The foot is bigger than her, than the heathen. You see that? A wildebeest foot bigger than the wildebeest. Just saying, man. You start getting into DNA, man. You be like, hey, where they come from? What? You see that? She look taller than 5'9". Like she is. I just don't want to seem like I'm gaining up on Esau. You know, everybody say I'm a racist and a prejudice or whatever. But yeah, she probably is. Let me show you one more. I keep saying one more and keep showing. This her husband. This her husband. Look at this foot. Boy, imagine that stumping on your head. Imagine, remember it said that they used to stump on men, they used to stump on us, run us over, eat us. Imagine something like this being wicked as hell and want to eat your blood. Coming after you. Coming after you. Ooh-wee.
Look what the Lord did for us. Still wicked. Got these giants up out the earth. Man, ain't no way I'll be able to survive looking at one of those things, bro.
If you a stranger and you following the law, statutes, and judges, then you wouldn't be considered a heathen to me. You wouldn't be considered a heathen to me. You are another human being that follows the God of Israel. So, you know what I'm saying? I respect you for that.
That's right.
Look at this. Deep. All right. There was one more I did want to show, though. Let me see if I can find that deal. And then we get back to the lesson real quick. Here go another one of these trees, too. Just one more for y'all. This is a mountain. Broken up. A broken up mountain. This is an actual broken up tree. Why do they look oddly the exact same? Why do they oddly look the exact same?
So if the angels came down here and went into the daughters of man, of God, and they became that big, and that just tells you how big our spiritual bodies is.
Exactly. Now let's get back to this lesson because we finna get deep into some stuff. Now, what I really want to talk about now, since we know the giants exist, we see that they're talking about it. Let's see how they're trying to get out. Let's see the demonic falsehood that they've been putting on us through Google, through all these other things. You'll start seeing that 666 actually represents it represents the carbon base of melanin. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, electrons, which comes into the mark of the beast. So we finna get into this. We finna start reading about some stuff that is mind-blowing, y'all. So I'm just letting y'all know. We finna bring up Antarctica. We finna go into these documents. We finna go into all of that. Yes, this is Google Chrome. And tell me why. Y'all don't know that's been guess who owns Ancestral.com? Google Chrome, family. They've been collecting your DNA. What they've been doing with y'all DNA? Why do Google need your DNA? Huh? Ask yourself that question. Why do Google need your DNA? Huh? Google that. They own Ancestry.com. What they trying to do with you? Huh? Or they trying to turn you into something else? Or they trying to corrupt your image and your nature? Oh, let's talk about it. All right, let's get it out. Oh, we're gonna hold off on the Genesis because we're running out of little time. It's 2:26 already. I want to jump straight to it. Yeah, I want to jump straight to it. But we got to do a couple lessons on this anyway to go deeper and deeper. I want to go to 2 Peter chapter 2 and 4. 2 Peter chapter 2 and 4, and we're gonna start talking about Antarctica and where these angels are actually bound at and in chains. So we go to 2 Peter 2 and 4. We're gonna speed this up just a little bit, and then I'll pick up great detail in the next lesson where we start talking about the hierarchy and break down the pyramid and stuff like that. So we in 2 Peter chapter 2. We're gonna read 1 through 5. Type in y'all nods when y'all get there, family. Type in your nods once y'all get there. Let's get it. And I check this out. It's finna get deep, y'all. Let's start from verse 1.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you.
Come on.
Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
Their damnation slumbereth not. Peep these key next scriptures, y'all, because it get deep, right? Come on.
For if God spared not the angels that sin.
So if God spared not these dark hierarchies or archons that sin, but what he do to them?
But cast them down to hell.
It says, but he cast them down to hell. Now check this out. Let me show you how people don't study for real, for real. If I ask y'all what is hell is, somebody give me the definition of hell. Anybody, first person that come up with it. The definition of hell. Type it in the comment board. Because remember, we is in Shabbat class. Pop quiz on y'all. Right. What is the definition? What is the biblical definition of hell, y'all? The biblical definition of hell. I'm waiting on somebody. Death, the grave. Let's see if any of y'all right. Because if you look up the word hell, it's many different definitions. But this is the only definition. There's only read one in this context where it's talking about angels. Torment. All right, let's see. It says, for if God spared not the angels that sin, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved into judgment. Let's look this stuff up. Let's look up the word hell. You see that? The word hell in this particular instance is Tartarus. What is a Greek mythology doing in our Bible?
5020. Tartarao
or Tartarus. Now remember, if you look in Greek philosophy, they had put the Titans in what? Tartarus. The Titans were what? Giants. So we got to ask, either our Bible is corrupted and it got some Greek mythology in it, or they took some things from our Bible. Now look, when you look up this word Tartarus, it's only used what? How many times? One time. It's only used one time. And it means cast down to hell. It's used one time, y'all, throughout the whole entire Bible. All the other times you look up the hell, it means the grave. But when it talks about angel in this particular thing, it says Tartarus. And it says Tartarus is the deepest abyss of Hades. It says the what? Incarcerate in eternal torment, cast down to hell. This is talking about a prison. This is talking about a prison. A prison. Now, where the thing is, where is this at? So when I start looking at these words and it says deep abyss, because when you get into it, it says the name of a subterranean region, doleful and dark. It says regarded by ancient Greeks as the abode of the wicked dead. It says where they suffer punishment of their evil deeds to answer into God, Gehenna of the Jews. Now, when you get into it, it literally tell you that it's nothing but a deep abyss. And it's only used in this particular sense. Any other time you look it up, it means grave. Right. But it don't mean grave in this particular sense. It actually means a deep abyss, a prison. So I started looking up abyss. Man, where did I hear this word from? It takes you right back to Genesis, y'all. It takes you back to Genesis, which we finna go to. Chapter 1, in the beginning. Let's look this up. So when you read Genesis chapter 1, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Verse 2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Where is Abyss that is in here? Where is this imprisonment? So you start looking up these words in Hebrew, and you go to void, without form, tohu, bohu. Tohu means desolate and waste, confusion, destruction. Then you go down to darkness. Let's see what darkness means. Darkness. Darkness, obscurity, dark place, a secret place. So now we're talking about this place again. It's imprisonment, right? Then you start looking it up. It says darkness, hence darkness, misery. What does it say? Destruction, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness, night, darkness, obscurity. So this changed your whole entire construct of darkness when you're reading it in the Hebrew. It means wickedness, destruction, and death. So we go back to it and we read it. We see that it says, and the earth was without form and void, tohu and bohu, without, meaning the earth became, because without form, it actually Hawaii, which means to become. So the earth became desolate and waste. And it says, and darkness, which is wickedness, was upon the face of the deep. Let's see what face is. And I hope y'all really listening to this. Y'all might have to rewind a little bit, but it get deep. Let's look at the word face. Face is panim in Hebrew. Let me play it out for y'all.
Strong's H 6440. Panim. Panim.
Let's look at the word panim. What do it mean? It gets deep. So when you look at the word panim, it says faces, face. Panim. This is what darkness upon the face of the deep. Persons, person, face. Cherubim or what? Cherubim. Sound like angels. Face of angels. Surface of God, of the ground. Now let's go down to the actual Strong's definition. It says plural or singular. An unused noun. It says the face, the part of the terms used in great variety applications. It says perpetually perplex. It says the aspect, against, anger, the battle, because, beseech. It says edge, employ, endure, face, favor, honorable, and prudence. This don't sound like it's talking about the surface or something, y'all. It don't. And then you look up into the definitions in the commentary, it tells you the faces of what? Angels and demons, cherubims and cherubims. And you start getting into the, what is a seraphim? What is a cherubim? These are actually fiery serpents that guard the throne of God in Isaiah chapter 6. In Isaiah chapter 6. So it's like, hold on. So when you go back and read it, let's look up deep, and then we're going to read it for the Hebrew definitions to see what it's really saying here. And if I'm throwing y'all off, please let me know and I'll slow down. If y'all understand where I'm going so far, type in some nines. Just to let me know. I don't want to be leading nobody astray here. I don't want to be leading nobody astray. Nobody. Okay, y'all get it? Y'all get where I'm going with this? Okay, cool. Now, let's look up the word deep. Deep is tohim.
Strong's H 8415. Tehom. Tehom.
Ooh, tehom. Look it up. Now, when we look up the word tehom, it tells you deeps, depth, the deep places, the what? Abyss, the grave. Let's look at the Strong's definition. It says an abyss, a mass of water, a mass of water, especially the deep, the main sea of the subterranean water supply, deep. It wasn't the same thing when we looked up in 2 Peter chapter 2.
Same thing.
It's the same exact definition, y'all. The abyss. So he cast these angels into deep water, into an abyss, a prison system. Now, we finna go to another scripture and let's see what happened to this water. And this is going to bring us to where they're at right now, y'all. So let's read this verse for what it is. We're going to go back to 2 Peter, then we're going to hit one more verse, and then I'm going to show some more pictures. So we in Genesis. Let's read it for what it says. So it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It says, and the earth became desolate and waste, which is tohu and bohu, form and void, and wickedness was upon the angels of the abyss. Let's read it one more time, because we just looked up all the words, y'all. We just looked up all the words. So in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. the earth became desolate and waste, and wickedness was upon the angels, cherubim and cherubims, which fell from the heavens and had sex with women of the abyss. You go to 2 Peter's, it says that he did not spare the angels, but he cast them into outer darkness, into the what? Abyss. Because he called it hell. When you look up hell, hell says Tartarus. It don't mean grave in this particular sense, and it was only used one time. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So we dealing with water. We dealing with ice, y'all. How you know we dealing with ice? Let's go to Job. I want to go to Job. Let's go to Job chapter 38. Job 38. Look, we finna piece it together. Let's go to Job 38. We're going to read Job 38:30. Type in y'all names when y'all get here, because y'all got to see this. Yes, they're in Antarctica, y'all. We're going to read it. And guess who backs up this statement? The book of Enoch and the Epic of Gilgamesh. And we're going to open that up too. Yes, an ice prison. Y'all get it? Yes, surface, cold. Yes, let's look it up. So when you go to the book of Job, chapter 38 and 30, read that out. What that deal say?
The waters are hid as with the stone.
It says the waters are hid as with the stone, meaning it's a hard covering over this water, right? Uh-huh.
And the face of the deep is frozen.
And the face of the deep is frozen. Face means what? Cherubim or cherubim. Panim. Deep means what? Abyss. So the abyss became what? Frozen. Ooh-wee. Let's look it up if y'all think I'm lying. Let's just look it up. See, this is how you put scriptures together. Let's look it up. All right, there it go again. Face, panim.
Strong's H 6440. Panim.
Ooh.
Panim.
Remember we looked it up?
Pesenius Lexicon. Penuel.
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 And remember it says
second
cherubim and cherubim, y'all.
Peniel. Peniel.
Now remember the deep was Tohim. That meant what?
Strong's
Deep
H
abyss,
8415. Tehom. Tehom.
Now look, let's look up this last word, frozen. This was gonna mess y'all up.
Strong's H 3920. Lachad. Lachad.
Let's look it up, y'all. Y'all know what panim mean. It means faces, cherubim and cherubim, angels. Y'all know what tohim means. It means deep, which means abyss in Hebrew. Let's look up this word frozen. The word frozen means to capture, to take, to seize, to capture of men, to take by lot, to capture, to be caught, man in a trap or a snare. You see that? To grasp each other. Let's read the actual Strong's definition. It says a primitive root to catch in a net, to trap, or in a what? A pit, the bottomless pit, boy. Hold on. Generally, it says to capture or to occupy. Also to choose by lot. It says at all, catch, self, be frozen, be holding, stuck together, or to take. Oh man. So we see that he froze this deep abyss that of Tartarus that these angels was throwing in. Now, y'all, let's just ask a question. Y'all should have learned this in school. What is the biggest frozen, deepest landmass on Earth? What is the deepest frozen landmass on Earth, y'all? Anybody, somebody. Anybody, somebody. Answer me about this one. Y'all want to answer? Antarctica. There we go. Antarctica. There we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, I want to prove this. So I want to go back to the book of Enoch, and I want to read chapter 15 and 16, and then we'll read a couple more scriptures, and I'm going to get up out of here, and we'll do part 2 in a couple days. So we're going to go back to the book of Enoch, and we're going to read about this. But before then, and then I'm going to turn the screen real quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, let's do Enoch first, and then I want to read something. Where's the book of Enoch at? Where I have it at?
Yeah, but if you pay attention to that, it say he spurred them.
Mm-hmm.
So they froze.
Yeah, they froze, but he finna get them out because he needed to save them for the eternal judgment.
Right.
All right, so we're going to book of Enoch, y'all. It's back on the board. Check this out. See, I wish, man, because it's so much stuff I want to get into. But I'm glad we at least setting an introduction lesson. That way we can start getting deep into this stuff.
Right.
We're going to go to Enoch because we ain't going deep at all today. It's so much deeper than this, y'all. I want to show y'all so much stuff. All right, we're in Enoch chapter 15. Type in y'all nines once y'all see it, and we're gonna read this stuff. Let me know when y'all there. Type in y'all nines.
Bro, it's being spurred. Boy, just judgment ain't nothing to play with, boy.
Hey, what up? Oh, that's what they doing. We're going to talk about it. It's called the heart machine. They're bringing on global warming to melt the ice in Antarctica to open up the bottomless pit from the hydro collider, which called CERN, to bring out these fallen angels. And that's when the bottomless pit open up, and then the scorpions and all of that come out. This is, look, I got you documentations. They always call it a project, or they call it black ops, or they call it an operation. Operation White Sand, Operation Highjump, black. Y'all, look, we finna get into it. We finna get into it. That's why I want to hear him get with these scriptures, so I can show y'all some stuff and let y'all hear it from Admiral Byrd himself, which was the first man that went to Antarctica, who said that things came up out of the ice and there was an inward world of reptilians there. This go back to the serpent god that was in the garden that actually conned Eve into sleeping with Satan. If you look up the word serpent, it don't mean snake. It means the enchanted one, the illuminated one. These are actually angels, y'all. They don't want to talk about it, though.
Hold on. Well,
they don't want to talk about that.
We are.
Yeah, y'all, you know we is. All right, let's get it.
Yeah, verse 1.
Yep, verse 1.
And he answered me and said to me with his voice, "Hear, do not be afraid, Enoch, you righteous man, and scribe of righteousness. Come here and hear my voice. And go say to the watchers of the heaven." Because
remember, the watchers is the ones who fell, y'all. These are called the Archons. These are ones who fell from heaven, had sex with the women, and created giants. Their giants is the ones who actually did what? Taught us all that wickedness and then start to eat and devour us. Well, God had to kill them. But remember, he said, and there was some after the flood too. So what happened?
That's right.
This is where we start getting into these bloodlines from. See, they had to create something called the 13 or 12 royal bloodlines, and these the elite. These are your Rothschilds. These are Great Britain and the Queen Whore and all of this. But this is in the next lesson where it get deep, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we just laying down the basis in the intro for y'all can have y'all minds ready to accept what we finna tell y'all through these series, y'all, because it get deeper and deeper. This stuff goes so wicked, it's mind blowing. All right, I'll be through there as soon as I leave from here, bro. All right, let's get it.
And who sent you to petition on their behalf? You ought to petition.
Where you at?
Verse 2.
All right, verse 2, y'all.
I'm gonna
start at 1 again. Yeah.
And go say to the watchers of heaven, who sent you to petition on their behalf. You ought to petition on behalf of men, not men on behalf of you.
Come on.
Why have you left the high, holy, and eternal heaven?
He like, why did you leave heaven to come sleep with flesh?
Right.
Come on.
And lain with women, and become unclean with the daughters of men.
Ooh.
And taken wives for yourselves, and done as the sons of the earth, and begotten giant sons.
See that? Giant sons. Y'all see them? Them deals was 350 footers. Bigger than mountains, y'all. Actually, big. They are mountains. You thinking that they mountains, and these deals are straight sleeping dead giants, y'all. But where did they spirit go? Huh? They're demigods. So they spirits is the one who worketh wrath and disobedience today. The reason why you sin is because the spirit of these giants, they need bodies because they love to eat. They love to have sex. They love to kill. They love to murder. They like eating animals' flesh. They love drinking blood. They love doing magic. They love doing all this stuff we now love to do. So are we even our true selves, or are we image of them? Are they projecting through us now? Where we at now? We ain't even projecting through our bodies no more. We're literally letting them biohack our minds. Huh? Come on.
Verse 4. And you were spiritual, holy, living an eternal life, but you became unclean upon the women, and begot children through the blood of flesh, and lusted after the blood of men. Woo. And produced flesh and blood.
See that? That was their greatest sin, because they produced flesh and blood. They changed the fleshly nature of humankind, bro. That is the greatest sin. For that, they have eternal damnation. That's the reason why the lake of fire was created. The lake of fire wasn't created for you and me. Right. It was created for these angels right here, and for Satan, which is the hierarchy chief over all of these things. Right. But he say, if you act like them, then I'm gonna count you as one of them. Come on.
As they do who die and are destroyed. And for this reason I gave men wives, so that they might sow seed in them.
Ooh.
And so that the children might be born by them, so that the deeds might be done on the earth. But you formerly were spiritual, living an eternal, immortal life for all the generations of the world. For this reason, I did not arrange wives for you,
Ooh.
because the dwelling of the spiritual ones is in heaven. And now the giants who are born from body and flesh will be called evil spirits.
See that?
On the earth.
So now the evil spirits, the demons, are actually these giants. And notice they do the same thing. We're gonna go through a scripture. They do the same thing. Come on.
Right. On the earth will be their dwelling.
So let's start right here. I just want to get a witness on that, because it says now they are called evil spirits.
That's right.
All right. So look, now they are called evil spirits. Let's go back to this one. I want to go to the book of Matthew real quick. I don't mean to bounce around on y'all, but I want to show y'all something. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 12 and 43. Book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 43, y'all. What that say,
When the unclean spirits is gone out of a man.
So an unclean spirit is an evil spirit. These actually come from the giants. The giant's body became fossilized, came into be mountains and what you know as all types of hills and stuff today, which are nothing but, because bones cannot, look, only thing that actually come disintegrated, the only thing that rots and go back to the earth is your flesh and blood. Bones cannot deteriorate, y'all. You cannot deteriorate a bone because it's calcified. So what it does is it literally grows things on top of it. So what y'all seeing is big ass giant bones, y'all.
Yep.
All right. So their spirit went somewhere else. It says when an unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh in dry places, seeking rest and findeth none. Huh? Don't this sound like these giants? Because they can't find rest because they're not in their bodies anymore. So they're going around and trying to find rest inside of your body. Now, when you start looking up these words, rest and all that, they're literally talking about desires that fulfill their needs. Right. So they walk around looking to be fulfilled, but they have none to find. Read this, though. Read it.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and findeth none. Then he says, I will return into my house from whence I came out.
I'm gonna come back into the host I was in before. I'm gonna go back into the host that I was in possessing before. Come on.
And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and gone.
You see that he find it empty, swept and gone. It ain't no food there, it ain't no nothing. He like, oh man, I gotta go find food, water, shelter. Because remember, these demons are lustful spirits of giants. What these giants do? They ate, they slept, they did everything that they weren't supposed to be doing. They taught this to us, right? Come on.
Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell in there.
You see that they enter and they dwell in there. So you say you want to kick a masturbation. You finally kick masturbation, and then you go back to masturbation. You kick masturbation for a year. You wasn't jacking off to married couples or some weird stuff, whatever you was doing, and then you fall back into this same thing. That spirit is gonna multiply itself by 7. See that? The giant gonna go get his brother, and that spirit gonna be like, hey, look, we all can eat in here. He back sinning, he back tripping. Huh? Now you become a pedophile. Like it gets the sin get worse. Come on.
And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
See that? He worse than before. Come on.
Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation.
The same thing that's happening to us now. These same exact demons or spirits from these giants that was trying to hunt Yahushua and them, was trying to hunt Noah and them, that the same ones that tried to hunt before then, and then they fathers which hunted Adam and Eve, we've been dealing with this same sick ass spirit since the beginning of creation, because it was war in the heavens. It's been war in the heavens. Then it trickled down and we became collateral damage because of it. That's what's going on, y'all. You see that? All right, come on, let's go back to it. What was we at? Book of Enoch. All right, what was that? 15 and start at 15, 8 again.
You said 8, all right.
Yeah.
And now the giants who were born from body and flesh will be called evil spirits on the earth. and on the earth will be their dwelling.
See that? On the earth will be their dwelling place. That's why I said they walk around in dry, desolate places, seeking rest, but they find none. Come on.
And evil spirits came out from their flesh.
See that? So the evil spirits came out from their flesh deteriorated, but their bones calcified, and it's what you call mountains today. Come on.
Because from above they were created. From the holy watchers was their origin and first foundation. Evil spirits, they will be on earth, and spirits of the evil ones, they will be called.
You see that? Spirits of the evil ones. Who was the evil ones? They fathers. So they inherited the same genetical magics, the same genetical beings, all the stuff. They was half man, half gods. What you think built the pyramids and all that? When you get to it,
right,
it was them. And look, the fallen angels are actually called the Anunnaki, the Anunnaki. It's actually in your Hebrew, it's in your Bible in Hebrew. But in the next lesson, we're gonna break down the Hebrew. That word is actually in there over 12 times. Then you start looking up these certain places in Urek, which is called the dwelling place of Anu. It gets deep, y'all. It gets deep. Come on.
And the dwelling of the spirits of heaven is heaven, but the dwelling of the spirits of earth who were born.
Go back up. Hold on, y'all.
On the earth is earth, and the spirits of the giants do wrong.
They what?
Do wrong.
They do wrong. So these evil spirits don't do right. All they do is wrong. Come on.
Or corrupt.
They corrupt the image of you, because you are made in the image and nature of self, which is made in the image and likeness of Adam, which is made in the image and likeness of God himself. So their whole plan is to corrupt your image. Come on.
Attack.
They attack.
Fight. Break on the earth. And cause sorrow.
So if any of y'all moving in this type of spirit, you know who you've been possessed by. You've been possessed by a giant or a Nephilim or Nephil, the fallen ones. Come on.
And they eat no food.
See that? They eat no food because they're spiritual. Spirits don't need to eat. Guess what they eat and devour off of? Frequencies, your energy. They love to feed off the fear energy, that fear factor. That's why they pumping fear into TV, fear into everything. You wake up, you watching this dreadful ass news. Everything is fearful now. You scared of the police. You scared of this. You scared of that because they feed off this energy and off this entity, fear and doubt. That's why it says that the spirit of fear did not come from Yahweh. He gave you the spirit of power and courage. Come on.
Do not thirst and or not observe.
Come on.
And these spirits will rise against the sons of men and against the women, because they came out of them during the days of slaughter and destruction.
Come on.
And the death of the giants, wherever the spirits have gone out from their bodies, their flesh will be destroyed before the judgment. Thus they will be destroyed until the day of the great consummation is accomplished upon the great age, upon the watchers and of the impious ones.
Come on.
And now to the watchers who sent you to petition on their behalf, who were formerly in heaven. You are in heaven, but its secrets had not yet been revealed to you.
See that? Because like the thing was, when Enoch came to this place, right? He seen the torment in Antarctica going on through earth, and he like, dang, why would God create something like this for people? He said, what have somebody done so wrong that they would have to torment like this forever? It scared the bejesus out of Enoch. Enoch almost fainted. Uriel and them had to lift him up. That's how tormenting this place was. It literally scared the life out of Enoch. So he went to petition for them. And God like, nah, you know what them niggas did?
Right.
The reason why you here is because of them.
Right.
I had to bring you up to be a witness against earth because of the fallen ones. You see that?
And they were spurred.
And they,
Man, that's what you call spurring, boy.
Yeah. You just. I wonder what punishment is, boy.
Man.
Come on with it.
All right. Verse 3 again. You were in heaven, but its secrets had not yet been revealed to you, and a worthless mystery you knew.
You see that? So it said you were in heaven. The heavenly secrets ain't been revealed to you. Y'all brought down magic and stones and all this. He said, look, man, them worthless mysteries now, because y'all took it and corrupted them. Worthless mysteries.
Man.
Ooh, come on.
This you made known to women in the hardness of your hearts, and through the mystery the women and the men caused evil to increase on the earth. Say to them, therefore, you will not have peace.
Now check this out, 17, and we're gonna look at these pictures. I'm gonna read a few more scriptures and we're gonna get up out of here. Come on.
And they took me to a place where they were like burning fire.
So now they taking them to this place. Now, peep this, y'all. Peep how he explained this place and how he get there. He's gonna start talking about the inner and outer rings of earth and all of that. It's getting good. It's getting very good, y'all. And wait till y'all see the documentations I got. And then we're gonna hear what the first man that went to Antarctica say out of his own mouth with his own words. All right, come on.
And when they wish, they made themselves look like men.
You see that? So these angels, these burning ones, or these serpents, that they're angels. They call seraphims. They literally are fire and serpents. They know how to shapeshift. Now, when you get to these fire serpent reptilians, that's why they shapeshift. Whenever they desire, they can look just like men, y'all. Whenever they desire, they can come into a manly shape and form. You see them all through the White House where their eyes are turned into reptilian eyes real quick. They are running the government, y'all. Y'all think this is spookism? This is actually Torah. This is Bible.
Man.
Come on.
And they led me to a place of storm and to a mountain, the tip of whose summit reached to heaven.
So now we see mountains used to reach what?
Heaven.
The heavens. Didn't we just say that trees and mountains reached into the heavens? So now we got Enoch backing up everything we just said, plus the pictures we showed. We ain't got to make this stuff up. Come on.
And I saw lighted places and thunder in the outmost ends, and in its depths a bow of fire and arrows and their quivers and a sword of fire and all the flashes of lightning. And they took to me to the water of life, as it is called, and to the fire of what that say?
In the fire of
the west, which receives every setting of the sun.
See that? So he's talking about this sea and these firmaments that this water was made of. When you go into the earth and the outer earth and you get into the atmosphere, all this stuff is made of waters. And he's saying all seas run into one concurrent water. And he called this the fountain of life, y'all. When you get into the New Testament, Christ actually talk about this stuff, though. See, he just didn't give details on it because he would have like, man, they wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about. See, but Enoch went into the depths of this, and these waters was frozen to keep these angels bound in. But look, they coming out. They coming out. Global warming. Oh, man, come on.
And I came to a river of fire, where fire flowed like water and pours out into the great sea, which is towards the west.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw all the great rivers, and I reached the great darkness.
He reached what?
The great darkness.
So he went into all of these different realms, and he was going through these different firmaments until he reached the great darkness, y'all. So he went through 7 different realms, and then he reached the great darkness. This is finna get deep, y'all. I'm telling you. Come on.
And where all flesh walked.
We're all what?
Flesh walked.
Come on.
And I saw the mountains of the darkness of the winter.
Of the what?
Of the winter.
So it's a dark, desolate place. It's winter, and it's full of water. Come on.
And a place where the water of all the deeps pour out.
Pour out. So he went to the edge of the earth, y'all. He's at the edge of the earth. Come on.
And I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth.
See that? He at the edge. He's seeing it all,
Yeah.
bro. Come on.
And the mouth of the deep.
Come on.
And I saw the storehouses of all the winds, and I saw how with them he has adorned all creation. And I saw the foundations of the earth.
All right, and he saw the foundations of the earth. Let me stop this right here because I want to show y'all some stuff. All right, I'm finna flip my screen if I can. Hold on, I'm on this one. Let me pull this up because it's finna get deep. I gotta look at y'all real quick.
It's that true meat.
Yeah, it's that true meat because we gotta explain this real fast before we keep reading. All right, tell me once y'all see me. When y'all see me, let me know. Yes, this is where Hollywood getting their horror films from. Straight up, though.
Sure.
Queen know who I am. This is where they getting it from. Now, check this out. This finna get deep, y'all. So this is a book called The Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a hybrid of part of the ancient Sumeria, which we come from, the land of Ur, which him and his fathers used to run the land of Ur. He had Anunnaki blood in him. Check out what he said. All right, he's saying the same exact account that Enoch talking about. How Enoch went to these different realms, these different 7 rings, and then went to the ends of the earth. He went through the same thing. Peep this. Now, peep the names he say. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, this is not a part of Torah. This is a whole entire another scroll and reading called the Midrash reading that comes from Iraq. And they was blue clay tablets in Sumeria. And the Sumerians wrote on this. So I'm finna read something from the Sumerian tablet, which is where we come from before we even inherit the land of anything. Right. Peep what they say. It lines up with scripture. I just want to say that real quick. I just need you to read this part. Man, let's get straight to it. That way we can get back. We can get back to it. I'm gonna start it right here. But Gilgamesh. All right, we finna read this real quick. It's deep, y'all.
But Gilgamesh said to Siduri, the young woman, "How can I be silent?"
Hold on. He said they say Gilgamesh was Nimrod. I'm hearing that a lot, bro. I'm hearing that a lot. And Nimrod was a demigod. He had giant blood in him. That's why he was a giant. So look, there's a lot of stuff be lining up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I want to bring that part out in part 2 because we're gonna go into Egypt and show how the pharaohs was actually giants with elongated heads. And I mean, pharaohs was these short people with elongated heads, but the people under them that ran Egypt was giants, bro. These are like, it's all inside of their literature. Why they ain't talking about this stuff? Because they want to be Egyptian so bad, y'all. But in order to be Egyptian, you had to be a giant. You don't fit the description, brother. You look like a Hebrew Israelite to me. They don't want to talk about that stuff, though. All right, come on.
How can I be silent?
It's page 102. Really started at page 96, but we at page 102, the Epic of Gilgamesh. And then this is another good book that y'all need to cop, man. It's called The Genesis 6 Giants. Man, look. Daggers up in here. The Genesis 6 Giants, y'all. Daggers, man. See, look, if you fall in love with reading, you will be a great teacher. You just gotta read everything. Read everything. That's what I do. I read everything. It be so much scripture popping off, boy. Go ahead.
How can I be silent? How can I rest when Idiku, whom I love, is dust, and I too shall die and be laid in the earth? You live by the seashore and look into the heart of it. Young woman, tell me now, which is in the way to Uptifitum, the son of Ubera, Tutu. What directions are there for the passage?
So he looking for the passage to his gods or his fallen angels. He's looking for the passage to these angels that have been locked down in this place, right? Check this out. Come on.
Give me directions. I will cross the ocean if it is possible.
See, he said he's gonna cross this water. Now, remember when we just read in Enoch, he said he crossed a place full of water, the fiery sword, and it said once he went over the 7 ring, he got to the hour later, he said he seen all the waters connect together. So he talking about taking a passage through the same exact thing, the same exact way and everything. Same exact way. Come on.
If it is not, I will wander still farther in the wilderness. The winemaker said to him, Gilgamesh, there is no crossing the ocean. Whosoever has come since the days of old has not been able to pass that sea.
You see that? So ain't nobody ever been past the sea. When you get into the 2nd book of Enoch and the 3rd book of Enoch, when the dead are rising, when the dead rise, they have to cross over or they have to pass over. This is what makes you Hebrew and get their new names. This is that same sea or this same lake that everybody talking about. But see, this lake is 2 of them. It's twofold. It's called duality. So he's talking about the other lake. This lake is connected to Antarctica. Antarctica is literally at the end of the edge of the world, y'all. It gets deep. Look, this is documented by the Nazis. It's documented by the U.S. government. They got projects and operations talking about this, all of that. That's why your black ass can't go to Antarctica right now. They'll shoot you down. It's over 17 military bases on Antarctica right now. The only world peace treaty they ever made. In smack dead middle of war. In the middle of war, America was at war. That was in the 2nd World War is when they made this peace treaty. So if they had to find and discover something, y'all, if it made them stop the whole war and say, look, let's be cool for a while and let's just take care of these extraterrestrial beings.
Right.
Now notice whenever a president comes into office, guess where he have to go? Antarctica. Whenever there's a big political crisis, guess where they have to go? Antarctica. George W. Bush and what's his name? The one they call a black man that actually have reptilian Obama. Guess what he did? George W. Bush took a long vacation when Obama came into office, guess where they spotted him at? On a plane flying where? To Antarctica. Huh? They was there for 17 days. What they was doing? Rituals, seances? Huh? We getting instructions from their masters and gods that we call fallen angels or the Archons on how to do what? Push the propaganda to the world and shape the world how they need to look. They're trying to provoke prophecy. They're trying to open up the bottomless pit to let their gods out. See, that's their gods. Our gods is Yahweh Elohim. They trying to let their God out. They trying to bring forth prophecy, y'all. Come on.
The sun in his glory crosses the ocean, but who besides Shamash has ever crossed it?
Shemesh. So Shemesh is the sun god. That's why we call our son Shemesh or Shamash. So notice when you speak in the Sumerian tongue or the Akkadian tongue, it's no different from the Hebrew. It's all the same language. We come from Sumeria. Now, when it gets to their religion dogma and all of that, I wouldn't subscribe to that. We have our own God. We have our own belief to who we are now due to our bloodline chasing and we're being Hebrew Israelites. But you'll notice the language is the same, even the way they're written. A lot of their languages, the cuneic form look the same and all of that. And that's another lesson for another time. But come on.
The place and the passage are difficult, and the waters of death are deep, which flow between.
You see that? Now he's talking about the water between each ring. All right. Now remember, Enoch said it was water and a great darkness between each of these rings. Come on.
Gilgamesh, how will you cross the ocean? When you come to the waters of death, what will you do? Well, Gilgamesh, down in the woods, you will find Urashanabi, the ferryman of Utanaphasetim. With him are the holy things, the things of stone. He is fashioning the serpent, pro of the boat.
So it's talking about the serpent, and now it's talking about them stones. Now remember, Enoch said he went to the west and he seen all different 12 stellars of stones. He talked about the healing stone. He talked about all these different stones. I want to go to the point where he's talking about outer darkness. Hold on, let me give me 1 second, y'all. Bring it back. Bye-bye. Hope I ain't missing y'all. I went too far or something. I thought I marked it for you. Give me 1 second, family. So I don't want to just be reading y'all all of this when we can get straight to the point. 1 second. I should have marked it. Enoch return. Buried in our spirit, sit down. We do what? Immortality. Took some light ones. Anger. Man, snakes. Women. Down. That's crazy. Might have to find it, just bring it out in two. Did I ever close the book?
I think
I ain't mark it up, y'all, and the book ended up closing, so I really done lost my spot. I should have put a mark on it. I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. All right, let's start right here. Start at when. Man, yes, man. Matter of fact, start at the gate. I found it, y'all, the gate of the mountain. All right, let's get it.
The gate of the mountain is open. When Gilgamesh heard of this, he did as the man scorpion had said. He followed the sun's road.
Now notice he went into this outer darkened pit, right? And he ran across a scorpion. And then you actually go to Revelations 9:14. It says when the bottomless pit of outer darkness is open, it says men will come out with tails of scorpions and breastplates and all that. So it's lining up with scripture. He's like, hold on, man, what's going on? What are they doing? What are they trying to do? Come on.
He said he followed the sun's road to his rising through the mountain. When he had gone 1 league, the darkness became thick around him, for there was no light.
So look, so it says that he went out. So this ring, it's called the 7 rings, or what he called the 7 circles. This is what makes up your earthly plane. So Earth is not flat, nor is it a globe. It's an infinite plane. I'm gonna show y'all a picture while he's reading this. Go ahead.
For there was no light. He could see nothing ahead.
So he can't see nothing there. This is what you call outer darkness. Enoch called it outer darkness. The scripture called this outer darkness. Come on.
And nothing behind him.
And what?
And nothing behind him.
So this thing is so dark you can taste it. It's so thick and dark you can taste it, y'all. So this would be a good model of that right here. This would be a good model. All these different rings. 1 ring out of darkness, 2 rings out of darkness, 3 rings out of, and Earth sits in the middle. And this is where you get this is where you get the Metatron from, or it's where you get the tetragrammaton from, and it equals up to a tetrahedron, a tesseract, and all of that. So he's going through, he's saying he's inside of Earth, but he's going to the edge of Earth. Once you get to the edge of the Earth, you go through this outer darkness space that'll be right here that's full of darkness, but inside of it is nothing but water. Then you pass over this sea, then it's another ring that got all these different lands, and you keep going and you keep going. See, the thing is, the flat earthers got it wrong, and the people that think Earth is a globe got it wrong. All they got to do is put both of their understandings together, and that's it. But see, they want to keep us confused. Y'all can't see this? I need to blow it up more. Y'all can't see this? Tell me if y'all can see it. Let me find a better picture for y'all. My bad. They saying they can't see y'all.
Ooh, mind blown.
Oh, I ain't turned the screen back.
Oh,
my bad, family. Hey, my bad. Hold on, let me turn it back. My bad, y'all. They like, look, nigga, what you doing? All right, let's get to it. Dang, I mean, I gotta repeat all of that. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a better one. Let me show y'all a better one. Okay, now let's read it.
Where you want to say that again?
Start from the gate again.
All right. The gate of the mountain is open.
So look, this little red part right here, this little red piece y'all see will be Earth in the middle. All right. They got something called Operation Fishbowl. Look it up. Operation Fishbowl. It talks about how Earth is like literally a fishbowl with an invisible dome on the top of it, which makes it like a globe. But if you want to take away the visible part, then it becomes flat. But it's an infinite plane, and it's all about orbital rings, y'all. So if you see inside of this red will be Earth. And then each part of layer you go to is another layer you go to, out into another layer. So when you leave Earth and you go to the edge of Earth, you got to go through this outer darkness. Between each ring is outer darkness and water, y'all. And he's going to explain this. So you leave and you go to Antarctica, would be far west. Then you bounce out to that deal. It's outer darkness. This is why they had the thing called Operation Highjump. It's a big ass ice wall that you have to jump over. Literally, you have to climb over to get to these rings. They call it the edge of Earth. So when you cross over this wall, you get to a place called outer darkness. Then you find land and water. Then you got to go through another one that's outer darkness. Then you find land and water. Then you go to another one, you find outer darkness. Then you find land and water. Then they call it the Vendervan belt or whatever they want to call it, which ain't nobody ever been through unless you can go through these dimensional portals. Then you get through the firmament. And this is where you start getting into the thrones and stuff of God. And you got the first ring, which is Rakiyah, the second ring. And then each ring represents the heaven. And then the most high is in the 7th ring called the Arabot. You see that? Do y'all see how deep this is? So we matching up what he's saying with science. With the science. And I'm not talking about scientism, which is this new spirituality, new age movement bullcrap, where these sciences really worship Satan and not God. I'm talking about literally matching up real science, concrete science that Daniel talk about to the word of the Most High. Yes, 7 chakras, 7 rings, 7 candlesticks, 7 continents, 7 seas. Yes. 7 churches. This all goes into what we're talking about here. But look, everybody know this but the Negro. The Negro too busy arguing whether it's flat or whether it's round. Negro is both. It's multidimensional. It's an infinite plane. Enoch talking about it right now. Come on.
The gate of the mountain is open.
When
Gilgamesh heard this, he did as the man scorpion had said. He followed the sun's road to his rising.
He followed what? The sun road. So remember, Antarctica falls on the southwest. Dateline say it's somewhere else, but it's on the southwest. That's why you cannot fly over the South Pole or the magnetic North Pole, and that's why they're shifting right now, because there's no such thing as the North and South Pole. They're literally on the same dimensional plane, y'all. You can go through one wormhole and come out on the other side of the galaxy, y'all. That's why, look, have anybody ever flown over them? Anybody that flies over there now, they get shot down and they never come back. You don't hear from them again. Ooh-wee. 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 All right, so come on.
Through the mountain. When he had gone 1 league, the darkness became thick around him.
So look, we jumped 1 league. Boom. We at this orbital ring from the earth. It's darkness around him. It's darkness in this thick orbital ring. All right. He done jumped over the wall in Antarctica, or you go to the other one that they call the North Pole, South Pole, which would be Antarctica anyway too, because remember, it's a multi-dimensional. If you go to the end of Earth on one side, you're going to be on the other end on the other side. It's a multi-dimensional, just like the sun go through its different portals. It's 12 portals. Same thing with Earth, y'all. Enoch talk about this stuff. So look, you jump, Project Highjump, they jump over this ice wall that we talking about in Antarctica. Now you in full darkness, right? Come on.
For there was no light. He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him.
Didn't Enoch say the same thing?
So
come on.
After 2 leagues, the darkness was thick.
So we're going to count 2 leagues. 1 league, 2 league. Come on.
The darkness was thick and there was no light.
You see that? No light, full of darkness. Come on.
He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him.
Woo.
After 3 leagues, the darkness was thick.
Look, 3 leagues, 1, 2, 3. You see the leagues? You see them? Mm-hmm. These are the orbital rings, but through each one of these, whenever you get to one, it's land, and then you go over another one, and it's land. See, this is how we stay basically confounded. And Earth is an imprisonment through your body. This is an imprisonment. You know what I'm saying? People been outside of this, and they call them operations or black ops, and they write this stuff off, and you don't know nothing about it. Keep reading. I want to show them some pictures, some more pictures.
And there was no light. He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. After 4 leagues, the darkness was thick and there was no light. He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. At the end of 5 leagues, the darkness was thick and there was no light.
Look, everybody know this. This is actually a newspaper. Was this world map made 10 centuries ago? This is one of the first world maps, y'all. Do y'all see these centric rings I'm talking about? Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you get out to this outer one, these are the houses of many mountains, or what they call the heavens. Different lands and different tribes and different types of beings. You see that? The Pleiades. Why you think he said open the gate? How did loosen the bands of Orion? Count Pleiades, count Mazzaroth, these different star constellations. Because there's different entities and different Melchizedek legislations that's on these different stars, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Stuff is deep. Come on.
He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. At the end of the 6 leagues, the darkness was thick and there was no light.
Boy, this is what you call outer darkness, y'all. Come on.
He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. When he had gone 7 leagues, the darkness was thick and there was no light.
Woo.
He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. When he had gone 8 leagues, Gilgamesh gave a great cry, for the darkness was thick and he could not see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. After 9 leagues, he felt the north wind on the face, but the darkness was thick and there was no light. He could see nothing ahead and nothing behind him. After 10 leagues, the end was near.
See that? After 10 leagues, the end was near, but you got to go through 12 of these orbital rings. Then when he get to the other side, he see other light. Now, we finna start getting into these operations. All right, the first, you can stop there right there. I don't even want to get into too much of that because it ain't a part of ours, but I just wanted to show them that some things do line up with our doctrine. Right. So this is Operation Highjump. Operation Highjump is officially titled the United States Navy Antarctica Development Program. Let's talk about this. Huh? This was established in 1946 through 1947. It says was a United States Navy operation organized by who? Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd. He was the first one that went here. This operation, they took a task force 68. Operation Highjump commenced 26 in August 1946 and ended up late February 1947. He said he took 4,700 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircrafts, Operation Highjump. This is right after they end up finding some more of the Nag Hammadi scrolls. This is right after they invaded Iraq and they took all of their ancient scrolls and artifacts. And then notice, as soon as they took all this stuff that's deep in our scripture, they went over there. They found a roadmap, y'all. They found a roadmap to get to the other side. They went over there. Tell me why when these Negroes went over there, they got into a war and spaceships started coming up out of the ground and blowing them away. Out of 700 men, only like 560 made it back, bro. They was out there killing the hell out of these heathens. You see that? So y'all get real deep into Operation Highjump. The reason why they call it Highjump is because literally they mean that to high jump this wall over here, this tall ice wall, which is at the edge of the earth. They want to high jump that. They want to get over that. They need to get over that. They actually call it inwardland and outwardland Antarctica. You cannot go to Antarctica till this day. Why is that? Why is that? Huh? He discovered the firmament. Yes, he did. Enclosed in flat earth. There's no such thing as flat earth, and there's no such thing as a globe earth. I just proved that. It's one and the same. It's called an infinite plane. That's why you call it airplane, because it rides through different planes of dimensions to get to point A to point B. Ain't nobody ever took a nosedive in an airplane, and nobody ever took a whoop around in an airplane. It goes through different portals, the same as the sun, the same as the moon. All right, let's get it. Let's keep going. Let's keep this going. Keep this going. Hold on. All right, here go another one. What is the Cheney project? Look, all these projects, y'all start looking this up. All right. Years after this, after they got this technology from these fallen angels, this is where the what they say? Orgasmic interaction between science theory and spiritual awareness came, where they literally started figuring out how to build quantum computers to talk to other beings and dimensions. They got all these from the fallen angels in Antarctica. You see this? It says, in 1999, technicians begins a series of software and hardware upgrades to all the collider equipment. What is a hydro collider? CERN. We finna get into CERN. And computer networks. This is right after they came over there and they talked to these 12 fallen angels that's stuck in his ice. They came out with some of the biggest equipment and systems ever. And they created something called the D-Wave computer. This D-Wave computer is a supercomputer that actually goes inside of different dimensions, y'all. Look at this. This is one computer. You can actually talk to angels and demons through this computer. They do the same thing with crystals. Why you think the people that read the future have crystal balls, clear quartz? Because it connects you to the etheric realm. That's why the Levite priests had them on their breastplate. Y'all see this? And guess what they need to build all this stuff? Melanin. Why y'all think niggas is coming up missing? Yes, the Bible calls it a spirit. Y'all see this?
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, they get deeper. Look, we just on the first lesson. Wait, I'm just look, warming up. I'm just warming my whistle. And that's what they say, warming the whistle.
Yes, sir.
Y'all see that? Let's keep it going. Let's keep this stuff going. These are the ships that actually went to Antarctica. Why did they bring warships and war navies for Operation Highjump in 1946? What were they going to war with? Yes, Tesla was talking to the fallen angels. That's how he came up with his electrical theory and was able to build all the things now. And why we got lights in the house, we got this knowledge from the fallen angels. Everything you use, all the things you use, all this technology you use came from fallen angels, y'all. That's what we read about. That was the beginning of the lesson. Hold on, it gets deeper. Hold on, it gets deeper. Y'all want to see the orbs? They took pictures of the orbs that they was fighting against. They took pictures of it. Let's find it. Where is it? Bro, they took pictures of the orbs. I'll bring that out next lesson because I don't think it made the cut. Where is it at? It ain't make the cut, y'all. All right, I want to get into a few more things. We're going to finish this off and we're going to keep it going. This is what we're really going to go into next. We're going to really start talking about CERN in our next one. Notice the 6, and the 6. Same thing as Google. This is actually the logo to CERN, the Hydro Collider that opens up different portals and dimensions. That's linked to the D-Wave computer that talks to different dimensional beings, intra-dimensional beings. Yeah, we're literally being governed by fallen angels and don't even know it. Y'all see that? Remember, Google had the same thing. Your children be watching it. Walt Disney. You see the 6, and the 6. Guess who Walt Disney backed by? The CIA. Guess who the CIA is backed by? The Men in Black. Guess who the Men in Black is backed by? The Nazis. Guess who the Nazis is black? They act like they killed some Jews. The Jews are funding them. They still are here. It's a social group. All this stuff is back. These are the same people that's worshiping the same entity. And that same entity was in the garden that they call the serpent or the seraphim, which is an angel. Even your food franchises. It's Taco Bell. 6. Even in your top, everybody is on these. All these big corporations are owned by these 13 bloodlines and banking systems. These banking systems and 13 bloodlines are owned by these reptilians, and these reptilians are owned by who? Here go the picture right here. This is them when they went to war, when they had this war over the ice in Antarctica. You see these orbs coming up out of the water? You see these orbs? They was fighting off orbs, y'all. They even circled these orbs. Orbs coming from the ice. Y'all see this?
That's crazy.
Y'all see how deep this stuff go? Yes, this is a part of the 5G technology, and 5G is killing us, y'all. It's giving us all cancers. It's messing with our data brain waves. It's bringing us down to gamma. It's keeping us on a low frequency for the dark angels and these spirits that have fallen giants can stay in sync with our mind frames and keep us at this parasitic level we on. All we want to do is eat, have sex, and have shelter and sleep. Man, it's way deeper than what y'all think, man. The Bible talk about everything. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted, y'all. Ever. Let's talk about HARP. HARP is this machine that they're using to weaponize the weather to bring on electrical magnetic warfare to global warm the earth, to actually melt the ice in Antarctica, to let these demonic fallen angels free. So yes, the HARP machine. This is where these earthquakes and stuff have been coming from. Yes, it's all due by God, of course, but this is technology that be causing tsunamis and waves and the earth to quaking, causing global warming. Do y'all know the magnetic North Pole is shifting? They're actually shifting now. Once this shift and that ice melt, it's going to be a problem. The bottomless pit is going to become open. This is global research. Look this stuff up yourselves.
Boy, in that day, man gonna seek death.
Man, he said it's gonna be so horrible. We gonna seek death and ain't gonna be able to find it. Do y'all realize the amount of torment that's coming? Huh?
Boy,
this is how the mark of beast coming into play with your credit cards, your chips inside of your credit card, Visa card. It actually equals out to 666. Your MasterCards, all these things equal out to 666. All these things are backed by these fallen angels. All this is in the movies, y'all. Y'all got to watch a movie called They Live, man. It's a movie called They Live. It's an older movie called They Live, man. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing movie. I'm going to show y'all one more picture. We're going to get into Facebook. Let's get into Facebook. That represents 666. Anything that's tagged with these numbers or to bind your melanin and to keep you at a low frequency. Facebook, 666. Yakira, you seen that movie? That movie deep, ain't it? We're being misled. We're being controlled and don't even know it, family. And don't even know it. Don't even know it. You see that? All right, let's get back into this Enoch. Or did we read all that Enoch?
We read.
All right, we read all that Enoch. Let's get back into scripture. What is that? Let's see what Abner Bow had to say. This is the dude. Remember the Abner Bird? Let's see what he had to say about this.
It's time for the Longines Chronoscope, a television journal of the important issues of the hour, brought to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. A presentation of the Longines Whitnor Watch Company, maker of Longines, the world's most honored watch, and Whitnor, distinguished companion to the world-honored Longines. Good evening, this is Frank Knight. May I introduce our co-editors for this edition of the Longines Chronoscope? Larry Lasser, CBS News correspondent, and Kenneth Crawford, National Affairs Editor of Newsweek.
If y'all can hear these heathens, let me know. Type in some nines if y'all can hear them. Or do I need to turn it up more? Whatever I need to do. Y'all need to hear this. Y'all gotta get this. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Type in some nines if y'all can hear. I bet. Listen to what he say. Listen to what he say. He finna line up with the book of Enoch, with the epic of Gilgamesh. He finna line up with the Torah. And this is a heathen that probably don't even read the Bible. This is the first man that stepped foot on Antarctica, y'all.
Magazine. Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
The North Pole used to be a no man's land, but these are the days when, by buying a ticket on a commercial airliner, you can fly across the North Pole and drink a cocktail at the same time. You know, only 70 or more years ago, about 35 years ago, our guest tonight found out whether there was any land north of the North American continent. He made that first discovery flight, and
make sure y'all get his book. He got a diary, a journal, saying he went inner earth and met with reptilian beings, y'all. He ended up dying of a mysterious death, y'all. Look up the death, and he got assassinated because he started to speak out about these 12 fallen angels running the whole entire world, and how they got demons up under them that fly spaceships and all. Man, look, stuff get deep. This is Bible talk. It makes you wonder about Ezekiel 1 and these angels with lion heads and all this and all of that. And it's like, okay, is they trying to make us in their image instead of Yod Hey Wah Hey? Yes, these fallen ones are literally corrupting the image of Elohim for real, for real. Now it makes sense when you get to 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and it says, for women must cover their heads because of the angels. You're like, hold on, what's really going on?
I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans. Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is.
Hey, Molly, man, don't get on here getting everybody laughing, man. They need to pay attention, man.
Up around the North Pole because it's getting crowded up there now because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by human.
Woo! You see that? It's an area big as United States that's never been seen or touched by no man. Now, we got to keep in the concept, y'all, that we only been flying for 100 years. I take the fallen angels that just gave them the equipment to start making planes and stuff through the Nazis and all of them. So we only been flying a little bit over 100 years, y'all. So no man have ever even went there because we ain't had no planes to get over there. Huh? See, when the giants and all these ancient technologies and the Cometians and everybody died off, all their ancient technology actually went into the earth with them. Now stuff is finally being discovered. Huh? Now things are finally being discovered to finding of scrolls. That's why when the military invade different countries, the first place they go to is to the museums and the libraries. They don't go to the banks first. They ransack the museums and libraries because they need them ancient literatures, that ancient science, the ancient spirituality. That's what they looking for. And they finding these different maps to uncover and discover or rediscover ancient technology. So we only been flying for about 100 years. So before then, that's why ain't nobody knowing about this stuff. It's been in our scriptures for over 3,000 years, though.
Okay. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And it's, I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Admiral, do you hope to see that?
I do.
Well, Admiral,
Yeah.
would you say that since you've been to both the extremities of Earth, are these expeditions to such far-off places, are they getting easier because of modern techniques, or is danger still close at hand?
Well, it's a little risky, but nothing like it used to be with the old slow planes and the small cruising radius where we had to put down bases. We replaced the dog teams.
You see that? He said they put down bases. It's all military bases in Antarctica now. And can't nobody go there. And it's a big old hole that goes through there and it comes out on the other side of that wall. They couldn't jump over the wall. They couldn't fly over the wall because the magnetic electrical spectrum. So they knew it was tunnels up under the earth. And that's why he said, don't bow down to anything in the earth or under the earth, y'all. And then when Yahweh Shah and the Mashiach, matter of fact, when Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh asked Satan where he been in the book of Job, he said to and fro what? Within the earth. Within the earth. See that? It's something down there, y'all. They're called reptilians, fallen angels, fallen ones, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them. Huh? Whatever you want to call them. So check this out. So Far East, they call them the serpent ones. The Zulu call them the Chepteria. Ancient Sumer, they call them Anunnaki. And Hopi, they call them the Snake Brothers. Various people call them the Star People. Christianity call them demons. The Gnostics call them Archons. The Islamic tradition call them jinns. And then the Hebrews call them what? The fallen ones, Nephilims, the fallen angels. But you see, it's the same exact terminology, just different languages, y'all. Just different languages. They've been getting worshipped for centuries.
Big improvement. But now the planes go much faster and they're safer and they have a much bigger cruising radius. You haven't got the danger.
The only way to the sky is within the earth. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. So who made that comment? Eliana Brown. That was the smartest comment I done seen all day. The only way to get to the sky is within the earth, because you can't pass through the firmament or you can't pass through the belt. It'll burn you up, but it's different portals to get there. And that's what Enoch was talking about. That's what the Epic of Gilgamesh was talking about. The only way to outer space is inner earth, period. Just like the only way to Christ is inside of you, the inward part of man. As above, so below, so within, so without.
Hey, I was watching the Avengers one day, and Doctor Strange had a Thor brother Loki falling. You know what I'm saying? And Thor was like, "Where my brother at?" And he was like, "Oh." And Doctor Strange opened up a portal, and Loki fell out, and he came out screaming. He got up. He was like, "I've been falling for the last 30 minutes." And I was like, "Wow." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Bottomless pit,
boy. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
They put all this in the movies. Boy.
Come on with it.
Terribly heavy load.
Admiral, an expedition to which I believe you're the advisor is now en route. What is that expedition doing?
Well, that's the icebreaker Atka.
Well, look, y'all.
And it's a reconnaissance expedition.
See what he got to say about it. It's called Admiral Richard E. Bird South Pole video. He got another one called Alone in Antarctica, and he got journals and all of that too, where he get deep. He get deep about this stuff, and he really go in. He really go in about the stuff that's going on, y'all. So what's going on is genetic hybriding. What's going on is artificial intelligence. They merging human DNA and consciousness with robotics. They're literally trying to create bodies for the spirits to actually dwell in without souls, because we become conscious of these spirits and then we rebuke them out. So they're trying to create certain type of bodies where they can dwell in indefinitely until judgment comes. That's what's happening. That's how they're gonna raise their army to fight God. Just to let y'all know. That's how they're gonna raise their army to fight God. It get deep, y'all. So with that being said, though, I'm not gonna go too much further today. I don't like to have these real long lessons like that. I'm gonna break this up into a lot of series. So that was just a premise to outlay the groundwork to what we finna be getting into. So if y'all got some understanding, some overstanding and understanding, type in some 9s for me.
What you said they were gonna do to raise their army to fight?
They're gonna raise that, they're gonna raise their armies to fight the Most High, but they're gonna basically merge DNA into cyborgs, and it's called artificial intelligence, robotics. And a robotic don't have a soul. Because souls come conscious that they've been possessed and they kick them out. So what they gonna do is they gonna rest inside of these robotics and they gonna operate through these vehicles. Same like how we operate through our bodies right now, and it's how these giant spirits is gonna operate inside of robotics. So the fallen angels is gonna have the giants fight they war against God. Man, it's crazy, man, how this stuff going, man. All praises, all praises. Well, look, if y'all look inside the description bar, we got the Passover. Get y'all tickets. Meet us there. No, beat us there. It's gonna be April the 19th. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. If y'all need any type of hotel situations or whatever, make sure y'all reach out to the email that's in there, and then we'll get back with y'all. Everything is moving forth. Everything is going forth beautiful. Can't wait to see and feast with y'all if the Most High will it. I love y'all indeed and in truth. Shabbat Shalom, family. I hope we really gave y'all some insight with this lesson, and we got more to come. We got more to come.
That's right.
Understand and overstand. All praises, all praises, all praises. You got anything to say to your family?
Keep the commandments and live and study up, increase spiritual knowledge and wisdom, man.
Hey, part 2 coming soon.
Yes, sir.
We just barely even scratched the surface. We just had to give y'all a lot at once. That way, the new lessons, when we get deeper into certain subjects, y'all be like, oh man, I see why he had to go so broad the first time.
Yeah, man.
So hey, all praise. Look, I love y'all. Did the truth, Yahoo. Shalom.
Shalom.
And
Shalom.
appreciate all y'all for donating too. Appreciate that.
That's right.
Shalom, shalom. And if y'all want to donate towards the Passover, hit the donation link as well. So and look, get y'all tickets. I love to see y'all there. We're gonna have a good time. Shalom.